We can hear him. I'm going to go for him. I want the
That's it. No, good to hear there, Ron. Yeah,
Come
I
on.
think it's a warm
I
up
want
for
this.
you there,
I
eh?
want Australia back, guys. Let me have it. I want to grab the station right now. He's coming to get at 250 degrees. 9 o'clock.
That sounds nice.
Oh.
Sounds nice. I'm seeing the first little bit of
What is his
sunshine.
numbers?
4 days, and which is
We're in
welcome.
wintertime.
But at least it stopped raining. So yeah. Well, anyway, we're in winter, so I can't whinge. But no worries there, Ron. I won't hold this one up any longer, mate. Thanks for the call there, and your 10 dB over here, Roger.
I'm going to turn my speaker toward me. Okay. Let's get this guy. I want him now. How about that station in Australia calling CQDX? Do you get a copy of 362 Knoxville, Tennessee calling?
Same here, mate. Same here. Better than the bloody mobile phone. Audio quality there. Good on you there, Ron. You enjoy
Hey,
it, mate.
sorry
We'll
about
catch
the
you
live
later,
stream. I got deleted, man. I deleted on accident. But I heard you on there. I'm on the beam. I've been warming up for the last 15 minutes. Calling CQDX. Calling CQDX. How about that station in Australia? Do you got a copy of 362 Knoxville, Tennessee calling for that station? We hear you out there.
Oh, g'day. Is that you, Walter?
Does anyone got a copy of me up here? Calling CQDX 362 Knoxville, Tennessee, calling for Australia. Name is Richie out here tonight. We're on a 4-element beam today.
Oh, okay. 0134, Southeastern Georgia. No worries, mate. Yeah, 910 on the meter. Conditions are starting to pick up again. They haven't been so good in the last hour or so, but you're moving in, Roger.
Come on. What is his numbers? Let me have a chance. I want to grab the land down.
Oh, yeah, okay. Thanks for the...
I guess you're going to take it over Reed's live
No
stream.
drama.
We don't hear Monk 37.
And,
I need to get this station
I'll
now.
let you enjoy the band, mate. We're on the side. Cheers and beers.
What is his number? Is that 178? What is that guy's number?
Good on you, mate.
How about anyone out there today calling CQDX? I'm trying to make a contact to Australia tonight. 9 numbers are 362. Knoxville, Tennessee, calling from Richie. Calling CQDX. Calling CQDX. 362. Knoxville, Tennessee, USA, trying for Australia this hour. I might have to turn this up because I don't hear that fan. The Scarecrow will come out here. He'll help me out. He usually comes out there. The guy in New Zealand, he's out here. RC Open, yes I did. Got more questions today. Yeah, this started came 10 minutes ago. And this is spring water. This is good stuff. I've actually been to all these places. I've been to all of them. I've been to at least 3 of these springs. That's in North Florida. Okay, let's go get it. The Madison County one, I've seen that one too. That's not far from my farm. Maybe about at least a good 16 miles from there. Well, calling CQDX, calling CQDX. How about Australia? How about any Australian stations? Does anyone got a copy of 362? 362 Knoxville, Tennessee, waving on back. We hear a lot of Australian stations coming in right now. How about that Cindy, Australia, calling CQDX? Do you got a copy of 362? Knoxville, Tennessee, calling from Richie. Oh, 120, New Zealand.
998.
How about that 1-2? How about that 120 out there in New Zealand calling CQDX? Do you got a copy of 362 Knoxville, Tennessee? How about that 120 New Zealand? We got you at 7 pounds up in Knoxville, Tennessee. My name is Richie out here. I go by numbers 362 Knoxville, Tennessee. The radio we're using tonight is a President Grant 1 from the 1970s. Turn it +2 mic, running a 2-pill on a 4-element serial at 22 feet off the ground. QSL.
Monday morning, 73. 200.
Too many stations. Hear them all out? We need to go to 37 for them. We might get him, guys. 02. Oh, I know what that is. That's 10,000 miles. How about that World Radio 02? How about that World Radio 02? Australia calling CQDX. This is 362. Knoxville, Tennessee calling. Again, I'll say it's 10,000 miles. Calling CQDX. Calling CQDX. How about that World Radio 002? Aldale, Australia. Do you got a copy? 362. Knoxville, Tennessee, USA calling. Yeah, that's 10,000 miles. How about that World Radio 892? How about the World Radio 892 calling CQDX? This is 362. Knoxville, Tennessee calling.
I think you're working into Australia, 044 waving back.
How about that 044 Australia calling CQDX? Do you got a copy of 362 Knoxville, Tennessee, USA? Adele says 10,000 miles, guys. How about that World Radio 892 Australia calling CQDX? Do you got a copy of 362 Knoxville, Tennessee? We got you. How about that World Radio 892 Australia? You got a copy of 362 Knoxville, Tennessee, USA trying. Edgale's like 10,000 miles, guys. It is the longest contact I've done one time. On the Cobra 139, the Quad 5, I think it was the Anytone. I talked to Edgale straight back in wintertime. He's the longest contact way down there. Adale's like 10,000 miles. Look it up. Calling CQDX. Calling CQDX. 362. Knoxville, Tennessee calling. There he is. How about that World Radio 892 Australia calling CQDX? Do you got a copy of 362 Knoxville, Tennessee? Eddie also has 10,000 miles. I might have to go 260 on this guy. We might have to go a little bit less on him. Let's try and get it. How about that World Radio 892 Australia calling CQDX? Do you get a copy of 362 Knoxville, Tennessee? Awesome. Did he say Aldale, Australia? That is the southern tip almost near Tasmania. It's over the western side of Melbourne. It's 10,000 miles away. Yeah. It's the Great Australian Bight area. That's out, yeah, he says Aldale, Australia. That's 10,000 miles, guys. I talked to it one time with the Cobra 139 with the 2-pill. They made it that far away on the beam back months ago. Before I had that G104. With the same microphone. Yeah, he's 10,000 miles away. LDL Australia is like 10,000 miles. You gotta look it up, it's true. Man.
Where are the Batman? The Texas, might I ask?
You're in Texas right now. We still have some- He's back. Somebody's got to get a hold of him, please. Tell him I'm trying to get a hold of him. I can hear him. Calling CQDX. Calling CQDX. How about that World Radio 892 LDL Australia? Do you got a copy of 362 Knoxville, Tennessee, USA trying? He's 10,000 miles away. I know that station is 10,000 miles away. The World Radio 892 Australia. We can hear him up in Knoxville, Tennessee. Let him know. 362 Knoxville, Tennessee. We hear you on a 4-element beam tonight on a grant. Calling CQDX. Calling CQDX. 362. Knoxville, Tennessee, USA trying for Australia's stations tonight. That guy's, let's get our division list on this guys. I'm going to pop my one. I'm going to show you guys the name. You gotta wait 20 minutes till they come in. That guy's a long distance contact. That's 10,000 miles. It's
How
hard.
about that station there in Knoxville, Tennessee?
Who's,
362 200 South Pacific Ocean calling.
that's New Zealand. Good, who's calling Knoxville, Tennessee? We got you, New Zealand. This is 362 Knoxville, Tennessee. We hear you.
From the banks of the Manning River in Northern New South Wales, sir. Microphone back to you. Go ahead.
We hear you, 200. You got at least 5 pounds between 7. Are you in New Zealand, Australia? We hear you loud and clear out there, 200. This is 362 Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm on old President Grant radio from the 70s, running a Turner Plus 2 with a 4-element beam at 22 feet off the ground. Time is 9:34 in the evening out here in Tennessee today, and it's at least Sunday out here in the evening out here today.
On the Sunday evening there, my friend, 362, Unit 200, returning to Monday morning, 5 minutes till 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, sorry. Your signal report, 5 by 5, 5 by 6 here in United States. Here at the moment, very, very cold, only 50 today to
He's in Australia. TSL, we got you at least 5 to 7 pounds. I think you're in Australia, but you're making a great trip. And I hear a lot of stations out there, but you're coming pretty crystal clear out there on Unit 00 out there. You're making a great trip today from all the way from Knoxville, Tennessee. 362, we're waving on back.
Someone playing with you, your side, but you stepped through it quite well. I won't tie it up, I want to roll to you and your loved ones, on your side. Thanks for the call there in Knoxville, Tennessee. Have a great day, my friend, and you and your loved ones. The package yours.
North and South Wales.
Have a great week coming up. Stop playing your music, go ahead.
All right, have a good one, Unit 020 out there in Australia, Northern and South Wales. We hear you out loud and clear. Have a great night out there from 362 from Knoxville, Tennessee. 73. Make sure you check me out on YouTube when you get some time. But have a good one. Nice contact day. We'll do it again soon.
Yes, sir. That ain't very good. We got it all down. 262. Double O, waving in. Bye-bye for now. Victor Mike, 0.
Oh, there he is. Steve's back.
Patient from Australian. Charles Dan's area.
Someone must help me out. Cool. We got him, guys. How about that? Victor Mike 00 out there in New Zealand calling CQDX. How about it, Operator Steve? Do you got a copy of 362 Knoxville, Tennessee from Richie? We got Australia tonight. It was one station. New Zealand, Australia. I got one. He came in. Did you guys saw it? You guys can watch my streams. I got that guy right there.
Back to work tomorrow there, Alan. How you doing, mate? Long time no hear there, QSL.
Let's open up, guys. I got Australia to see him.
I've had you for a little while, mate. This privilege, but everything is super fine here in New Zealand, does it?
Oh, there he is. Victor
Yeah,
Mike.
from inside the wall.
I hear Victor Mike.
There. Eastern technology, you get that 5x5 East Coast, West Coast. Yeah, I've got 2 Eastern.
Where's this guy at? Guys stay on these little quiet channels if you get them. We don't get slammed. That's our best chances on these guys. But I got Australia tonight on channel 38. It was that 00 guy you heard. And I'm trying to figure out it's New Zealand, Australia, but he was telling me I was hitting 5 pounds on at 240 degrees and I went back to 250. That's who I got the contact on channel 38.
Nice to meet you, Anthony. Waving the hand back. These guys down that point.
Calling CQDX, calling CQDX. Does anyone got a copy of 362 Knoxville, Tennessee, calling for Australia stations? Calling CQDX, calling CQDX. This is 362 Knoxville, Tennessee, USA, trying for statewide stations down in the South Pacific Ocean tonight toward Australia and New Zealand out there. Can anyone hear me out there? QSL. But I got one Australia station to say this. I have gotten better, but it's doing okay. Wait.
Tell me, if you can, did you used to talk to 129, 129 and Steve in Australia, your number?
Lift the lights on. Let's go get him, guys. This is what I've been waiting for all evening. Australians open up today. This is great. It's been a while.
The current trouble up on the antenna itself.
Hand me on, thank you, mate. All guys, that's crazy.
Let's go get him. How about that? Victor Mike 00 New Zealand calling CQDX. How about Operator Steve? Do you got a copy of 362 Knoxville, Tennessee calling?
So replace the one from the telly into the plug and new connection.
369 St. Louis. You're down in New Zealand tonight.
It's 362 Knoxville, Tennessee. We hear you, Victor Mike 00 Steve. It's Richie Me. You're sounding good at 9 pounds, but you're going up and down. We hear you loud and clear tonight. How about Victor Mike 00 New Zealand? You got a copy of 362 Knoxville, Tennessee calling back. Lawson. Calling CQDX. Calling CQDX. How about the Victor Mike 00 New Zealand? You got a copy of 362 Knoxville, Tennessee. Operator name is Richie.
someone called me 360 maybe. I can't even remember. 3, go again.
362, Knoxville, Tennessee, Victor Mike 00 New Zealand. We hear you.
Oh boy, I can hear Craig 16 and a 5 in Australia, but I don't think he's calling me. Is it 3, 6 and a 2? Or 262? Is it you, Frank, in North Dakota?
It's 362, Knoxville, Tennessee, Victor Mike 00. You're coming loud now.
362, I got it. 362, boy. I've gone blank. I know the number, but yeah, definitely hearing you. Over.
We're hearing you all the way to Knoxville, Tennessee on a 4-element beam on a President Grant 1 from the 70s with a 4-element beam. We talked several times a while back. You're coming in loud now. We got you on the live stream tonight.
Roger, on that. You go back to my book, further back there. 362, and I'll tell you what, that President Grant is definitely doing the jobs out of Knoxville, Tennessee today.
Over that, and you're finally coming back after all the solar flares for the last couple of weeks, man. We've been bad conditions in Tennessee for almost 3 weeks in Tennessee, but Australia's finally coming back after 4 weeks later. Yeah, you're coming in good out there in New Zealand tonight. Victor Mike 00. You're sounding crystal clear. You're coming up 30 pounds, sometimes 7. But I hear a lot of Australian stations out there a few minutes ago. But you're coming out there, Victor Mike 00, and your needle bender 00 out there too. Out there. This is 362 from Knoxville, Tennessee. I'm sure you've seen some of my videos on your Facebook group.
Roger on that. This is 316. Yeah, you get that right. Victor Mike or needle bender 00. Can you just remind me of your name? It's not Eric. Is it?
My name is Richie, Romeo India Charlie Hotel India Echo.
Hello, Richie. Yeah, I knew that. So it's just hard to remember everybody, but man, that President Grant is working good. What antenna are you running?
The antenna I'm running is a 4-element stereo, about 22 feet off the ground, running a 2-pill, Turner Plus 2 microphone, and a President Grant 1 from the 70s, QSL.
Well, Richie, that President Grant, that 4-element stereo, it's doing a great job. You're just going over top of everybody at the moment. Take care, mate. All the very best from North Island, New Zealand. I've got to get out of here soon. I have to go and pick my grandchildren up from the kindergarten. So take it easy. Thanks for the shout. 362, Tennessee. Victor Mike, needle bender 00, operator Steve in New Zealand.
All right, have a good one out there, Victor Mike 00 New Zealand. They call me the Foxman 362 over Knoxville, Tennessee. And I go by UDX 362 out there sometimes. You'll be able to see some of the videos out there. Thanks for the contact, and we got you on the live stream on Foxman 362 World Radio. You're at 9:44 in the evening or on the show clock. And have a great evening out there, Victor Mike 00 New Zealand. If you want to hear what you sound like, catch me later. Thanks for the contact today from 362 from Knoxville, Tennessee, 73. Have a good night. We'll talk again soon.
Yeah, thank you so much, Richie. And yeah, we're going to have a listen what we sound like. Appreciate it. The 362 World Radio 362 World Radio 00 41 World Radio 00 operator Steve Victor Mike 00. Cheers, mate. Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Have a good one. It's United Delta X-Ray 62. UDX 362 over at Knoxville, Tennessee. Have a good one. 73. That was cool, guys. We got Victor Mike 00. He came in really loud. He's a 41 division. Yes.
I got a 447 there, man. 447 in Carolina.
Good, guys. Grab him. I'm going to wait on this fish in a minute, guys. Cool. That was well worth it. And I had a great day, but sorry about the other live stream got deleted.
Everybody's crawling over everybody.
This was well worth it. I got on about 20 minutes ago, fired up the radio, and I heard some stations came in. Then Australia came in 20 minutes later when I just jumped on here.
I think it's North Carolina. Anyway, did you say you said that? So good on you.
We made Australia tonight and New Zealand. We got both of them.
Have a good one and appreciate the shout. Be Victor Mike, World Radio Needle Bender 00 Steve in New Zealand. Thank you.
Hey, Scarecrow, if you're in New Zealand, go ahead. Get on the radio right now. What channel you want to go on to? If you want to hop down like 37, let me know.
Oh, the Aussies are competing. The Aussies are on there.
The Scarecrow can come out here tonight if he wants to make the contact. He comes in this chat once in a while. I think he's 428 or 468. I think that's who he is. Out of New Zealand. So I'll show you where we got Victor Mike 00 tonight. You should get this chart on the internet. See where New Zealand is at 240? I got them around 240 degrees, yes. I'd love to get some of these islands down here where they're at in the Pacific. It would have been awesome. I don't know anybody down to...
I can hear several calling, but it's just it's the trade freak.
Man, we might get some late night East skip. This might go on all night. I'd love to see an all-nighter.
Radio Zero, Arizona.
Yeah, that's cool. I did this a while back. I have several copies of this. Here's all the division lists. I have something better than this. This is on the Romeo Charlie International Group. I got this a while back.
Hey, you, Larry. 1409. 1409 and simple. Victor Mike 00, top of the afternoon, Larry.
That's right. You need to make some UDX maps. That'd be awesome. Man, this is the show I'm looking at, guys. These are the contacts I like. The long distance ones. They're well worth it. Yeah, we had a 5-minute talk to New Zealand, guys. Is that amazing? He's about 6,000 miles away. The other one's all straight about 10,000.
Larry, it's coming from me, brother. Take it easy. Appreciate this show. 1409, Victor Mike. Needle Bender 00, Steve in New Zealand. Cheers, Larry.
He's about 6,000 miles, guys. That's like that across the pond. That's like talking over in the UK and Germany. That beam's awesome, guys. I wish I had more back of those beams. We need to try to get one using a moon bouncer. Try to lock this third answer and show you feel that's
Yeah, Larry. Yeah, I got most of what you're saying too. It's up and down, in and out, and all the rest of the stuff, mate. 1409, always a pleasure. Victor Mike 00. Cheers, Larry.
New Zealand's the word the Lord of the Rings is from, guys. Way down on the North Island. They actually have Cubans here. We got the air conditioning in my dad's room. It's that fan blowing out of the door.
255 in Phoenix.
It's one of those things you change out the waters. It's the black one we had in my mom's room. We switched over today and took the window unit out of the kitchen and we were hungry to keep it cool. She getting tired of seeing TV at night.
You carry on with your
My dad's room. We turned on low on that air conditioning thing for my dad. So he doesn't get too cold. He's staying cool for the summer, guys. So it's not even affecting on the radios. That's cool. They're getting the Arizona right now. Cool. We can hear Arizona. It's the sun showing back. Let's check these stations out there. We might be losing these guys in a half hour, but that was well worked tonight, man. It was awesome. I'd love to get the Coleman 139. You guys want to donate some old radios like Cobra radios like those Sideband. I saw like Sideband 8. I like the whole 9 yards. But the Coleman 139s are well worth the grab them. You can put a VFO on it if you want. Let's wait till these Australians come in. I'm going to see if I can grab them. I'm going to stay on the Australian games in New Zealand, see what happens tonight. I hope it stays for another couple hours. Anybody in New Zealand tonight, go ahead, jump on the stream. Man, he's holding 6,000 miles from me. This is good, man. That's what you guys had in California last night. Yeah. Yeah, it's beautiful on this radio. He said it was cool radio. You don't see these radios every day. We'll see what he looks like on the meters. Well, a lot of science on my radio. Yeah.
Oh, it's a train wreck. It's a train wreck, Jerry. Every man in his own song. You watch that funny Kiwi number 1. Kiwi 1 Rocky Dicky behind all your radios and
I want you guys to get one of these grants. Don't if you get one of these radios, don't sell it. Don't sell your 858 grants. You can bring them back to life if you want. They're well worth the keep. Mine got lucky because you know how I got this one. I didn't see. Yeah, I got lucky on a phone call with it in Utah. And it came out of California out of guys out of a shed in Hunter Beach, California. I think that's where it came from. That's how I got this radio, and it had like a 3 amp, it had a 4 amp fuse in it. That's only when I solved that 3-year problem. And when I changed my D104 mic, that's before I changed, I had the hi-fi on it. And it just stopped transmitting on this radio. This was the one that tuned that homemade antenna I made. You seen a while back. And that's when I thought there was something wrong with it. But I did everything right, and that's what told me to do the relay. Use the paper thing, and use the deoxit. But I did deoxit this whole radio back in Utah when I did this, when I first got it. When I heard it the first time, I heard Oklahoma when I was on the Trim 300 mobile back then. And I ran it nearly on this thing one time when I talked to 4 miles away on that Trim 300 antenna I did the first time. But when I heard Washington State on this radio, when I climbed back up the mountain of Pleasant View on the benches on the way home, about a few blocks away, yeah, that's what I heard on this channel. But it took 3 years to solve this radio problem. It was over a 4 amp fuse. When it blew the 4 amp fuse back several months ago, I put a 5 amp fuse, it burned the radio back live with the fuse. And the D104, the Turn Plus 2 worked ever since. Before that, it ran the Superstar microphone, the D452 a while back. Or it was a stock one I did. The one with the one down below the 4.5, not the Rode 56. It's only 79 degrees on the porch. The house is pretty ice cold in there. We're here in Sydney, Australia right now. Well, that made my day, guys. Well, 250 degrees, we're on the right degrees. Too bad Flash wasn't on the radio today. It was during the day at 3 o'clock when I went out there. You guys see the location on the video of Harriman, Tennessee I just did today. You'll hear the West Indies music. I was trying to make the contacts. But on the way home, I was at Cannon Creek Marina, Highway 70, about 6 miles to the east of me here. That's over near Midtown. It comes out like a little mountain there between a park. And that's when I started to make the contact. Next time, we'll do it again, another live stream when I take that radio out again with the mobile. If we go to Rockwood up in Walmart or maybe Spring City, I think it would be a better choice to use that. See what it does. We might be able to put it on the beat if it's not storming. Man, they're coming in. We're getting Australians. They didn't give me a chance out there when I could talk to them. But someone did. We lost New Zealand just now. Let's grab 973, I think that's him. How about that 973 Cindy Australia calling CQDX? Do you got a copy of 362 Knoxville, Tennessee? Man, we're losing him right now. Come on back. This might be one of those months that's going to kick in. Like you guys had OTR, man. These are the Victor Mike stations, guys. No, Victor Kilo station. Sorry about that. If I was those guys, they need to get on their beans on us. They're on that salt water. We got South Texas coming in the house. Cool. Let's go get. We're talking to Texas right now. Hey, what's up? What's up, Creeper? I made a contact with New Zealand tonight and Australia. I talked to Victim on 00 out here 15 minutes ago. One saw it. I just heard some QSL cars from Australia and New Zealand. I would love to have some.
Well, send us a little bit of that cool, brother. It's 101 here today, right?
Wow. How's our stream moving tonight? Looking good.
Alright, 411. Take care. Stay warm. Catch you another time. We'll let the frequency roll there. 402 South Texas. Personal here in Bravo.
402 South Texas. I'll go get him. He's gonna be on 230 degrees. Let's go get him. How about that? 422 South Texas calling CQDX. Do you got a copy of 362 Knoxville, Tennessee? How about it? South Texas calling CQDX. Do you got a copy of 362 Knoxville, Tennessee?
Needle Bender 351. Yeah, we had you over the top. Lots of radios in there. How you doing?
I'm out of South Texas calling CQDX. Do you got a copy of 362 Knoxville, Tennessee calling?
Roger. Yeah, it's been a good weekend for sure, man. I guess y'all are, what y'all, Monday midday there now, or what?
We're talking about stuff. I'm going back to 250.
Roger. Well, enjoy your Monday there. I hear it's a little cool up there, though.
Yes, it is. It's like
Pretty cold. It's pretty cool. It's 10 degrees Celsius, which is pretty cold for us.
where's 10 Celsius? I go by Fahrenheit here. Celsius are international countries. You guys hear them?
Yeah, we're looking at about another 4 or 5 months of that 100 Fahrenheit there, Roger.
We're losing Australia now. We got
Oh,
Texas.
yeah. If I could spend more time in here, I'd be just fine, Roger.
We can hear him. At 1 pound. I think the gray light's kicking in, guys. I'm gonna get this guy in Texas in there.
Bender 351. Always good to hear you in there, man. Big, great audio. But yeah, enjoy your Monday, buddy. Catch you a little later, mate.
didn't catch your numbers in there, but lots of traffic in here at the moment. But hello from Texas, buddy.
Texas are taking Australia in the house.
Roger, Roger. 1,666. Yeah. Little. Unusual weather here lately, but yeah, take care, man. 1,666. Good to hear you in there. 7-3, but.
Go get some. We're starting losing. What is this guy, Texas is? Calling CQDX. Calling CQDX. How about the South Texas stations? Does anyone got a copy? 362 Knoxville, Tennessee calling. We'll swing the beam back over. We're lucky we got some tonight. Yeah. Let's do some swing around. I'm gonna go check on the clock by, see what we're hearing. Come on, man. Nothing on this channel. Smoky Mountain Scriptures is on. You got, yeah, they're on the channel tonight. Let's get a beam on in a minute. I'm gonna go look around on this channel. See stations at long distance contact. DX is pretty quite dead right now. I hear those guys out there. They're losing pretty fast. Oh, here's these guys. There's a clip. We're gonna swing around 150 and 160 on these guys. It sounds different than last night. Break 2-6 for radio check. Can anyone hear me out here on this radio up in Rockwood, Tennessee? They call me Foxman 362. I'm on an old President Grant from the 70s. Turning +2. I'm pointing at 180 south on my 4-element serial. Running a 2-pill tonight. I hope you guys hear me out there. I hear someone out there. But yeah, you're making about 5 pounds, almost 7 up in Rockwood, Tennessee on my flat side beam. from Foxman 362 up here on the President Grant 1 radio from the 70s. Yeah, it's something blocked in that area. Probably power lines or house blocking. That's the only reason I can't QRN in the area. I'll put that noise down there where you can hear them. 150 and that was 180 you guys heard. Look at power lines. Doesn't do that on sideband. Well, we definitely lost the DX though. Let's see if we can swing it back. Wait. Lift the mics back, guys. I hear something kicking in. Wait a minute, I'm going back. We're starting in Australia, New Zealand back again. Yeah, it's jumping back in. I'm seeing the wind back to 90 degrees. I'm going to get 270. But on my Cobalt 139 does not make that noise like the Grant, but it's usually a power line noise, that area where 180 south. But in the wintertime, you get these guys very good when the snow happens. I've gotten better in cold weather with the fall colors. This thing is 22 feet off the ground. But I can get Reese Wildcat that way too. He can hit me on his wing. I'm going back to 250. I heard that straight came on the backside. That was weird. I put it almost toward the southeast and I heard Australia. Man, we need him on the back scatter side. I think the moon's out. Maybe that's what it is. I might have to use that moon. There could be a moon outside. Oh, okay. The buzz is everywhere. I don't think I have the conditions. I'm going to try swinging to 90 degrees east. I heard Australia. It's got to be the moon bouncing off that direction. The moon got to be close in around the area. I can't see outside my window if I knew where the moon's at. It was only around 150 and 160. I'm checking the circuit. Some of these mountains can bounce off these areas. Maybe 90, 200, 210, 240. But the surface area's got a lot of noise. These have a little bit clean noise once you hear them on the game. They sound good. I think it's trying to take them out of DX. I hear that noise and then it will level out. Maybe like the Northwest corner. I'm searching a little bit. 320. That's 330, 340. 350. Hi, you see how quiet that is? We're pointing to the northwest right now. You don't hear nobody in the northwest corners tonight. I'll check the AM. Switch this off. I think something on channel 20. Let's see what 26 looks like. We'll just zoom back. I hear them smoking on skip chasers. They're about 80 miles away. We're going to swing it back to 90 degrees and grab something. That's 280 degrees. 260, 250, 240. That's still Australia and New Zealand. 220, 210, 190, 180, 170. Look, why that thing gets down, it's amazing. Still getting like east on me on 90 degrees. I didn't even know we out here tonight on the flat side. We'll just park this thing over here and stuff. We'll see what we're doing. I knew we lost the execution. We got short skip out here on tonight. The quad fly has like 21 feet off the ground, but the tops is like 40 feet up in the air, about 41 feet. That's the top tip of it. You gotta look at that. I'll stay on 250 for a while so that we'll talk it later. We're doing room right now. We also stayed for about 20 minutes ago. Let me turn that down. Let's go on the quad 5 so right out there. I'm going to go look on this channel. We're going to roll it up and show you the quad 5. That thing you saw today. The 80 don't sound really good. You saw that. I saw the video until I deleted the live stream on accident. And when I got close to my TTH, about 3 miles, that was like a 9-pounder. But when it's out by the Exxon gas station in Rockwood, Tennessee, that's when it slants 30 pounds almost about 2 miles away. Yeah, it's about out by Dollar Tree. It was a good 2 miles away, you heard. When I say Dollar Tree, it's about 2 to 3 miles. That's the closest you'll get to hear me on that beam. Very good. Make sure this thing's got a good signal. We're good. I wish we could get this quad fly to get a good box this guy. We don't want to fly this guy with an amplifier. I'm going to check anybody out here tonight. No sideman tonight. Imagine, look, all these people can have all these channels here in my area. You can talk on these places anytime you want. Trust me, they need to know how to use the band. I know the cell phones are cool, but they don't understand all about cell phones to do things. What do you mean? You gotta freak them out one time about cell phones, and once they learn about that, they'll go to C radios later on. Let's go to 26, see what they're out there. Horrible sound. What's going on with that radio? What is going on? That's terrible on 26. Somebody stop that crap. Let me see my beam anyway. Someone fried the radio. You guys hear that noise out there? Am I the only one hearing that noise? It sounds bad out there on this radio. I hear you guys out there. Foxman 362 can hear it out here. It is terrible noise out there. Did someone dead key on this radio? Sounds like a broken radio. I hear a broken radio out there up in Rockwood, Tennessee. Foxman said so. We're waving on back. It's like beep. It sounds like that. Can you guys hear me? That is terrible. It was not like that 20 minutes ago.
Yeah, I see that. They go forward to now.
Can you guys hear that audio noise over here? It's bad. I hear you guys loud and clear. Hey, Rich Runner. Foxman 362 waving on back. Do you hear that noise out there? Man, let me check the other channels. It's on 27. Not on 24. No, not on 25. See, I don't hear it on channel 26. I checked the other channels. There's no noise like that. What's going on out there? Did someone broke the radio? Someone sound like they fried something. I hear something out there like beep, like that. It's like a 3-pound type bad noise out on the radio. Where's that located? Someone must have fried the radio, or did their mobile actually dead key in the system? That is bad audio. Bad audio. Someone needs to tell that guy he needed to unkey his radio, but who's doing that? It is terrible. Terrible audio. Not you guys. I hear it out here in Rockwood out here. Foxman waving on back. We hear it out up in Rock Vegas. It's definitely dead keying over our radio. That's what it is. Someone's dead keying with a bad noise. And someone's got to be dead keying on this microphone. Fine, the noise just went away, but still a little bit, we're good. We're here, you guys. That's Bobcat. Okay. There's Bobcat. Oh, Timberwolf. Good evening to you, Bobcat and Timberwolf. Foxman 362 waving on back. We're here out there tonight. That's Bobcat. Hold on, man. Let's get Bobcat on the beam. If we know it's Bobcat, we're going to check him out. I'm going to sing on him. Yeah, that's got to be Bobcat. We're going to go look at him in a second. He's in Spring City, Tennessee. I talked to him 3 nights ago. Let me see if you can hear him out there. That sounds like Bobcat or Timberwolf. He's usually towards Spring City, Tennessee, due south of me, about 16 to 30 miles away. We'll see if we can get him on the beam right now. He usually will wave at all you guys out there. He did it a couple of weeks ago. I'm going to take a look at the beam. Make sure I get a box switch off the sideband. We're going to get him at least 180 degrees. He's going to be very close. You'll hear Bobcat talking at 3 pounds, but he's probably on his backside of the beam pointing toward that area. There it goes. I'm going to grab him in a minute, see if we can see it. 200 degrees, 210 degrees. Bobcat's about 30 miles to the side of me. I have talked to him on many of the radios. I talked about that. You might be able to hear him. Oh, 140, 130. It's got to be Bobcat. There's 2 Bobcats. There's one in this area, in Herman, Tennessee area. And there's one in Spring City, Tennessee, and there's another one out there. Go get him right now, 180 south. That's where Bobcat will be. I'm going to go at 150 degrees. Stay on 150 on him. Break 2-5, break. Foxman 362 up in Rockwood waving. Let's check these conditions over there. Look at AM, but yeah. I don't hear nothing on AM tonight. Fans are pretty good today. Yeah, I think the skip died out about an hour ago. But sometimes I get the smoke around skip chasers on a good night. I'm going back to 310. We're going to go 290 see if we're doing the West Coast. Let's see right here. It's got to be a geomagnetic storm to the South Pole. Oh wow, come on. No channel 6, guys. The sideline's different. Cool. Yeah, it's like that tune in the Trails House thing. We have done it before. Lightning got off straight tonight, but it was super cool. I wish we could advertise on the guys' YouTube channels tonight. It would have been awesome. So, we got some anybody out there tonight. We're going to try. Maybe they'll come in more later. I'm going to skip 40 on this guy and go up here and check the quad 5. That's why I like to scan this guy here. That's great filters. It's beautiful. If I had an Icon 17, I would not abuse it. You know I would do it, have some fun with it. They have everything you want. You can tune that beam until you have one of them. That's all you need. I'm going to check this. We're going to hear right on AM. These are the most active people in Tennessee. Those are the Smoky Mountain skip chasers on 26. Trust me, these guys are the most active people in this area. You'll hear them out here. I'm going to tell you guys in Tennessee, make sure you stay on 26. You'll hear these guys most of the time at night. Seaweed came in, okay. Maybe an air conditioner or something. That burst me, I saw that on the live feed. Interference. Maybe it's an air conditioner. I have all my air conditioners running. You think I don't have the conditions. Power line AC buzz. It's usually pointing toward that my transformer out there. There's like 2 transformers in my area. There's one on my power pole with the street light. There's actually a LED street light up there with a transformer, and I got one up above my house over that way. When I point at least 180, that does that. But when I hit it over 150, and it has, in the wintertime, it cuts down pretty good. And I've talked to guys at 180, no problem with the Cold 139. It has that less power line noise systems. So we're about an hour for 4 minutes. I think we lost conditions about an hour ago. We got this short skip still. We lucky got Australia New Zealand very quick. That was awesome tonight. Yeah, we're losing these guys pretty fast. Yeah, we usually get skipped this hour. Maybe we're losing conditions on the check. Yeah. It's one of those nights like you get all straight, We're looking at 1026. Sometimes we get used to getting a couple weeks ago. We had better conditions. We don't hear nobody on these channels right now. I think the DX is shut out this hour. That's the kind of noise we usually hear. Check the triple look. How's it doing? Doing nothing. But this quad pod you heard today, it was like we heard on channel 37 today. Like I actually heard myself way in the distance at 12 miles away. I was out by the Harriman exit out there at Lowe's and that restaurant. You guys will see the video today. But I was trying to call out the West Indies came out there today in Harriman, Tennessee. When I got over Cannon Creek over there, it's actually a creek out there with a marina. It's the smallest marina on Highway 7. You can't miss it. It's west of Midtown. But the last time I did this, when I talked on the Quad 5, was the Wilson 1000, and when I was on the Angel 1855, and I heard myself 4 miles away. But the striker antenna did improve better. And I was not parked at Dollar Tree. I went right by there before. Candy Creek is east of Dollar Tree, at least about a mile. Yes, where the marina is. But when you come in that area, that's where. So I broke the record on that one for my 8 on my anytone when I talked. But I talked to West Concert last week in Rockwood. But I get better conditions over by the Walmart in Rockwood, because if that plateau bounces these things up those and tell me what it does. And I've done it in Spring City, Tennessee, down there on the Dollar General down there, north on the edge of the county line in Spring City, Tennessee, out by White Creek in that area. That's where I talked to Andy on, I think it was the Wilson 1000, I think it was, or the Trim 300 a while back. And when I tried the Wilson 1000, that's when I started out in Spring City, Tennessee with the Piggy Lee store, when those guys were up on Highway 68. But yeah, Highway 68 is the road that goes up to Crossfield, and it actually comes off and jumps over south of Spring City at least about 2 miles out near a racetrack. And it goes over to that area where Watts Bar Lake is at, and that's where Decatur, Tennessee's out in that area. I've never been down that road, but I've seen it on the maps, and it'll go right into Athens, Tennessee, a shortcut. And it'll lead to Rooster's house. Rooster's PTH is about that direction toward Highway 68 in Tennessee off of Highway 27. You go to South Spring City, take Highway 68 east, and you'll be in Cleveland, Tennessee, and Athens. Almost been to Cleveland, Tennessee, and Athens, about an hour away. They have a Best Buy store. She been there about 2 or 3 years ago. But that's the shortcut it goes. And right out there, that's where Interstate 75 goes. And Interstate 75 is to go north and south. It'll go right into Knoxville. That whole route will go up that way too. And it will go down to Atlanta. But Highway 27 will take you all the way to Florida. It'll go all the way to Michigan. It's one of the oldest roads been out there before the interstates were around. My parents used to travel Highway 27 back during the 70s. And even in the 60s when my grandparents was around, this town where I'm at on Highway 27, Rockwood, Tennessee, they traveled this road to Florida before the interstates were built, I-95 and all that stuff. It's like the Route 66 for the deep south. But yeah, it'll go right into Atlanta and all those areas. I've never been through Highway 27 all the way. I've only been through almost half across the state of Florida, from Central Florida to South Florida, on up to Wildwood on Highway 27. Yes, I have. Back in the 90s, and done that before. Even when I was young, like in 1983 when I was a baby, yeah, I've done Highway 27 and took the either way. But sometimes we used to take the Florida Turnpike back in the day when it was cheap. And then we didn't have sun passes back in the 90s, which they do have now. And the Florida Turnpike was already being built back in the 90s up in Orlando a lot, up in the Turkey Creek area. And only been on I-4 one time going to east that way or west a little bit on Orlando, Florida, but probably more different now. But man, I think someone should try this off, and I think it'd be cool. But anybody who lives in Florida, in Orlando, I want someone to go out there on the C Radio, go to Disney World at Epcot, and I want you guys to start showing your C Radio at the Epcot ball, right in the parking lot, and do some skip videos in the parking lot. I want to see someone do it with a UDX sticker on it. If anybody who lives in Florida, if you got a UDX member in Florida, I want somebody to try it, put it on YouTube, and The only way this will take off, this will actually get the United Delta X-ray to go worldwide even more. If somebody goes down to Disney World, this doesn't matter if you guys get a park pass, like one of the cheapest tickets in Orlando. Just go for a day, get a C radio set up in the parking lot. It's only when you take it inside Disney World you can't have it because that's where they check your bags and stuff. But you can have it in the parking lot with the C radio no matter what. Someone's got to try it to get a C radio on skip with a box. It's not going to hurt anything. It's going to have all those shitty Wi-Fi's down there you see. And go into the Epcot parking lot. Someone's got to do it. I'm getting the switchboard power supply noise. Cool. I don't have one of those. I'm getting the switchboard power. Okay. I don't have one of those power supply noise things. I have one of those ATX boards, the computer power supply. Cool. But I was trying to tell you some idea to guys out there. If anybody who lives in Florida, down in Mickey Mouse World, if anybody's going to go to Disney, I haven't been to Disney World since 2007 and 2006. That was the last time. Then before that, it was like around 1985 or 86 it was, when I remember. And there was this ride, I remember, and I think it's been gone. I think it was Horizons. And I'm going to try and explain what the ride was. It was a Star Trek type ride. And I remember it very well back in the days when I was 5 years old or 4 years old, because I was all scared in the dark back then. You know how that is. But, because I remember all the stuff back in the 80s with the rainbow thing, when you walked in toward Epcot. I remember Spaceship Earth back then when it used to push buttons for planets and stuff. That's what I remember. But there was a thing called Horizons. And I'll tell you guys about it. I like to talk about that. It was like this, I think it was in Tomorrowland or it was in Epcot. And it was like this ride that looked like Star Trek. Not the one with the Spock and stuff when you go into teleport and do like CG stuff. This was not CG stuff. You sit in a room, like a big giant room, and the people that worked at Walt Disney World dressed up different colors. They wore these Mickey Mouse, this gold badges look like a Star Trek with little line things, like the 80s Disney World thing. So they had these gold badges with Mickey ears on it with straight line. It was like a Star Trek thing. But what I remember back then was like this ride when you sit in, you watch it on the monitor screen, you blast off in the middle of Magic Kingdom above Tomorrowland, you go above the Earth, then you come back down for a few seconds. This was a ride that was like, I think it was Horizons I remember. But that's the only thing I remember that. I didn't really consider all the stuff. And I did the 1,000 Leagues Under the Sea because I was too scared underwater and stuff, because I thought people were going to drown stuff. It was in a submarine. But I remember some of it. And I remember those giant robots at Walt Disney World, the big black helmet ones with the golden mouth thing. I remember back then. It was all remote control. That's the Disney World I remember. And I remember Universal Studios back in 1994 when I went there. And then when I went back in 2005 in North Florida, but I went there during South Florida during the time of the 90s. I remember it was all parking lots at Universal Studios and the Nickelodeon thing. I never went inside the Nickelodeon thing. I've been outside of it and seen it, and then went into one of their stores and got jacked that day. And I remember the Ghostbuster ride, but this was before the Twisters ride and all that stuff. And I remember Earthquake, and I remember Jaws and all that stuff. But in 2005, they had the Mommy ride, and they had the Jaws, and the Back to the Future. Yeah, I got to ride the Back to the Future ride before they got decommissioned. But I went on the Back to the Future ride back in '94, it was. And it was the same ride like it did in 2005. A lot of people were pretty pissed off because Back to the Future got decommissioned. A lot of people liked that. And I went on that ride. But when I went back on the Earthquake ride several years later in 2005, I was not scared of it when I got older. But when I was young, when I was 14, I was scared of it the first time. But I didn't know. I knew it was a simulation ride. It's probably that Hurricane Andrew scar that plays in your head. I was thought the propane truck was going to land on the subway, and that's why I tried to jump out of the thing. But my dad held me down from doing that. Yeah, but instead the propane hit the block, because most kids in Florida don't even know what earthquakes are. You have to understand all that. We're thinking like hurricanes, but when I got older, I realized it was all fake and everything. I was laughing about it and all that stuff. The only thing that scared me to crap was the Twister ride when there was a fan. I knew it was all fake. It's just the wind makes you shaky to death because the hurricane scars do that. So when you feel the wind in your ears, people don't understand all that stuff. But that kind of stuff, it's PSD that lives in you all the time. So what are you guys doing tonight? So you guys in the chat today. So Walker Customs. Let's check these guys on 26. I'm trying to wait out to see what these skips does. It has a lot of funny things it does. That sounds like someone else. Probably Coon Hunter. They're gonna be out there all night. I'm checking anybody out there tonight. Not on a Sunday night. These guys get out there. We did great today, guys. Checking skip. Nothing. It's pretty dead tonight, guys. Wait! We got someone on 38. Cool! We got Texas, guys. They came back. Cool. Let's go get him. I'm ready to go get this guy. I'm going to reel this down. We're not going to play 28 megahertz. I'm going to go down here. We're going to have some fun. I heard someone out there. That's got to be that 1409 guy. It sounds like him, guys. Oh, yeah. I knew Skip had something here. You got to give it a chance. I'm going to go down and play with him on 38. I heard him. Make sure everything's good. I'm going to go see him over to Texas right now. We're going to Wisconsin. But I hear him out there. I'm trying to figure out where this guy's at. It's only about 230 degrees. We're going to hear him in a minute. I'm going to do a big sweep. But I heard someone on channel 38 on the Mako 5000. I heard him on that. You guys heard it. It sounds like Texas people on here. I'm going to swing it all the way to 310 degrees. It could be northwest corner. We hear someone. It's got to be those guys in Wisconsin again. I hear them. Very good. I'm going to try this. I hear someone out there on the radio on the Quad 5, but I might want to make a contact on the Quad 5. We'll see what we do on the beam. I like to have fun with the beam to get used to it. We're going to play the 310 so we get close to Wisconsin. Pretty wind out there. We're at 270. It's getting closer to...
Put it in my big trailer and see if I can't blow the tires up on it.
Wow, 310. You got the northwest corner of the house. Could be Wisconsin up there. Okay, it's very cool.
Last week.
Cool.
Yeah, the boys brought my toolbox back for me.
330 degrees, guys.
And I got it sitting on my trailer right now, covered up.
It's got to be Wisconsin. Let's go get him. I'll talk to him. Calling CQDX. Calling CQDX. Does anyone got a copy out here tonight? 362 Knoxville, Tennessee calling.
I got DX Land taking you out, buddy.
I hear you loud and clear. You're the only station out there tonight. I heard two of you out there on my Quad 5 a few minutes ago on the Mako 5000. I'm on the flat side tonight on the President Grant radio from the 70s, running a 4-element serial tonight at a 2-pill. We hear you loud and clear down in Tennessee tonight from 362. What's your QTH out there? Where are you at out there tonight? I want to know. 362 Knoxville, Tennessee, waving on back. We just lost him. That was weird. You guys heard it?
You got your phone on you? Downstairs or is it upstairs?
Yeah, it's upstairs. I can go up and get it.
Calling CQDX. Calling CQDX. Do you got a copy of this station down in Knoxville, Tennessee tonight? Numbers are 362. We at you. We hear you guys out there. You got to be up in Wisconsin and Minnesota tonight.
All right there, 52. We hear you. No doubt about it. 729 on the top side of Wisconsin with that DX wave.
340. We got enough 340. Yep, we're on Wisconsin right. Yeah, we hear you loud and clear at 30 pounds tonight. Audio is crystal clear as a bell, man. You're making a great trip. I'm running a President Grant 1 from the 70s. Turner Plus 2 microphone. I think your 520 we talked a few nights ago. And I'm running a 4-element stereo at 22 feet off the ground with a Turner Plus 2 with a tube pill. My name is Richie out there tonight. Audio sound crystal clear tonight. I talked to you 520 a few nights ago, but I put a video up here about you a few nights ago, but we got you on the live stream tonight. And tonight I actually talked to New Zealand and Australia tonight. And they were coming about 50 minutes ago, and they faded out about an hour ago. They were coming in pretty good tonight on my beam. So 520, what's going on with your conditions up in Wisconsin? Have you guys got any contacts to Australia this evening? I guess you ain't gonna talk tonight. It's good. Hey, it's coming good, guys. I would hear someone at 38 so weak I couldn't make it. But he was coming real good, guys. You see that? If you live up in Wisconsin, go ahead, try to talk to him, but he came in. We might lose him in a minute. These are little sneaky DXs you have to catch. You never know. And it can sneak up like that, guys. That guy is 800 miles away. He is sounding good. They sound like they're talking local tonight, but he came in. That's why I checked the quad 5 when I scanned it. And then you can hear it louder on the beam. So we made contact with Wisconsin. It's the same 520 guy I talked. We got a video of him a few nights ago. So I think we lost him again. So yeah, that's cool. You can actually talk to him like 800 miles, like a telephone system, man. It's amazing. I think everybody should get one of these beams to try to learn how to modify one of these. They said we can put some modifications to them. Maybe we turn them to a new box again. Someone's trying to sit really pretty wild. No DX to the South Pacific, but we're getting Wisconsin tonight. Yeah, they're probably talking local talk up there, and they probably got some of the 15 in, that was it. I talked to these guys a few nights ago. It's 520, I talked to them. Yeah, it's really good. Oh, we're in 90 degrees. I'm checking up to 50 degrees. So we're in I'm going to look at it. It's a good thing you can grab the skips at night. I'm going to send it back. I hear some backscatter out there, pretty good. So we're about 1 hour 23 minutes. Alright. Sorry about what happened in my live stream today. I deleted it on accident. Man, I wish I kept it. Wish I could delete it. Cannot do it now, but we'll do it the next time. Maybe we'll make something, a better video. But if I go out again, and I'm gonna see, like, I heard DX on the radio today. That's why I jumped on the mobile antenna. So we had to go get some pizza places today. You guys will see the pizza place on the video, not inside, outside. If you guys are in this area, here in Tennessee, go check it out. They got gyros. It's one of the best pizzas in here in Tennessee. And River just told me to go to this one when we first saw when my mom was checking out the side of Spring City, Tennessee. It didn't look very well on that one. Long story out until we got this house in Rockwood. But yeah, it's actually a pizza place out by the Interstate 40 part. I couldn't hear my radio out there. I heard myself a little bit at 5 pounds because I was the quad 5. If I was on the green part, I heard a little better, but at least they was 12 miles away and I was blocked between that building. If I was away from that building, I think we would have been a little better off. But when I came 6 miles away from my TTH out Caney Creek Marina in Harriman, Tennessee, on the west side of Harriman on Highway 70, that was past the Dollar General, the one you saw the last video with the A10. When I was making those contacts, when it was loud noise, and the Militia 1000 I did, it was only about at least about a mile to the east of there. Pretty cool. You guys seen my video, the driving thing from there. It's where you guys see the little curves that go around the rivers in Herman, Tennessee. That's Kenny Creek Marine where I made that contact to Kansas City, Missouri today. We got him on video. And I heard it out there on the slicing. It sounded really good. That antenna was very strong. The striker did really good. It's a little different than the other ones. I've talked to people who had these antennas in down in West Palm Beach and in Florida. A guy was on a truck with an antenna talking his mobile with a box. And he couldn't allow to have antennas in his meter except that's his only thing with a mobile. There's some guys were talking to him before I heard. So I'm going to go back to 340. I think we lost that guy at Wisconsin. I'm going to go to 340 up there. That's where Radio Canyon 88 could be up there. Now I heard him yesterday at 2 pounds. So the DX is still a little bit alive on pockets. So it's going to get good conditions soon, I believe. I'm in the northeast, Wisconsin, but I'm not getting right out to Florida tonight. It was 5:20 in Wisconsin. That's who I was talking to. He was on the west side of Wisconsin. That's where the guy's at. It's the same one I talked before. Well, what you heard in that car today, the key on the video was the car keys were turned on. That's what it was. It was pulling the serial wire adapter, and that was my sister's car. It's a Mitsubishi Lancer. It's an older one she bought back 5-6 years ago. Which the car was a stolen car in LA, and they sold it in Utah at a car dealer. And that's how my sister got it pretty cheap. In I think it was actually back in 2018 when she got it. Her first car. But the van has been around since 2018. So before my dad had his pickup truck and had all sold those vehicles, and my dad had the stroke. It is true. And she kept the van. But the good thing about the van, it's been paid off. It was paid off during about 3-4 weeks ago. It's a Transit. You know what these are. The only problem with them, I only had to get that cracked window replaced. We're going to get some time. It happened when we were carrying this vinyl carpet thing for our greenhouse. That was what happened several months ago when we got our local Lowe's. So our garden's doing good, guys. We got corn coming up, and we got broccoli the other day out of the garden. It tastes very good. We're starting to have tomatoes coming in right now. They're not red yet, they're green, but all that rain's doing all that stuff growing in the garden for sure. I'm still getting the eggs from the garden, but yeah, I gotta stay out of those tick zones. I gotta find a way how we can kill Lone Star ticks in the grass areas. That's why I don't take my duals out there during the summer. Maybe once in a while, but in the wintertime and fall, you have to take them out when they're not there with the ticks. They die in the cold weather. And they stay there for like 9 until during April and November. That's when they're out. So yeah, I wish there was a way we could kill all these ticks in this area. But it means you don't go out during the summer with the ticks in the woods. You stay away from the area. But I didn't have that much last year when I was doing the beam antenna all summertime and wintertime, and all summer and fall. That's what I was doing. So I digged out that ground. So we don't even have any conditions tonight. I got a point to Wisconsin right now. Let's see. Yeah, we're gonna send this back. So that was great tonight. We're gonna go back to 37. Wait, can you send this back? Yep, conditions tonight. So who's on Sunday night out there? Did 2112 did a live stream tonight? So I'm gonna turn this down, guys. We did good today. Come on, Arch. We at least made it to Alshay. We did count for DX. Today we made 3 contacts today. I'm checking out here to see who's out there tonight. As we check for late night talks, they might be out there, but I think Rooster went to bed. These guys will be on all night, but yeah, let's see. We're good, guys. This is a great night tonight. We're going to get all the cards out tonight. We're going to do this like we did on the live stream today. Make sure everybody gets a chance. And I'll show you the Copper Electronic magazine. Maybe I've got it right here. I'll show you guys one of the things you can take a look. Alright, let me see what we got there tonight. Yeah. Let me get your, I'm going to find that Copper Electronic magazine so everybody gets a chance to look at that. And I'll show you the serial, I'll show you we have that beam that we're using. This is actually, I'll show you the day I made that contact in Salt Lake City, Utah. Don't break that. Let's see, there's that, nope. Let's see. Critton will know this. And I think we made that contact, this is all the thing. Yeah, you've seen this before. I had all those logs I did a while back. But yeah, nice guy was out there today, but I'll show you that thing. Now I'd like to convert one of these things to 11 meters. I would love to get one going. I'm going to show you something today. We're going to have great conditions tonight. We have great conditions. That was awesome for Australia and New Zealand. We heard that today. Yeah, I'm going to talk to electronics and show you guys that. That one I actually like. But there's actually some hand radio stores. Well, you know what they need in Tennessee, in our area tonight. But that would be great. We'll do some little book hour. Because I know there's no live streams out there tonight. Because I don't think 2112 is out there. But it's okay. Don't want to show any addresses on this thing. But I'll show you the thing we're using this. But I'm trying to find that tool for my BMET today. And I don't have it here. I've also during that time. That's what it was. Oh, this is all. Okay, we got all the QSL cards. That's awesome. I'll show you what 390 gave me on these QSL cards. He has little dogs on it. Yeah, that's great. But I'll show you what 390 gave me. These are the only QSL cards yet, except the ones you see on the wall. They're still up there. But I'll show you the demons we're using on that. But I'll show you the QSL cards that gave me, what Wagmaster gave me when I won the 2-pill from Catalyst on 390 Wagmaster YouTube. These are the only QSL cards I got from 390 when he sent it in the mail back a couple months ago. That's what he gave me. You see that's what he gave me, these cards from the 60s. This is out of Myrtle Beach, out of Wisconsin. And these cards are like from the 60s. That's what he gave me. And this is actually his address. It was back in October 2024. That's when we won the 2-pill box, the one they did the GoFundMe for Seaweed, UDX 534, what happened to him during that time. I'm checking everybody in the chat tonight. Yes, that's what he gave me. And I got this yellow card. I don't have a lot of QSL cards, only except the ones on the wall and the ones I made that I'm listening to that shortwave radio scan. And I don't mind a shortwave radio, a really nice one, because I can hook it up to anything you want, and you can still hook it up either way. But this is another one 390 gave me back in October 2024 when I won the 2-pill. They're from the 60s. This one's out of Greenville, South Carolina. That's not far from here, about 300, 400, about two. I think Greenville, South Carolina is like a good 6 hours away. I've been to Greenville. I've been to Greenville, South Carolina back in 2007, but don't go to Spartanburg. Don't go in those hotel areas. Had one of those bad nights one time. There were like these gang type dudes. Probably was drug things in there. It was called I think it was called the Wood Inn or something. I think it was called the Brook Inn. It was on. Wait, someone came out there. Cool. Did you hear it? I heard someone out there. Go ahead, let's call it out there. 362 Knoxville, Tennessee. We hear you out there. Someone came on the skip. I heard something. We're having these little patch of skips coming at night. I'm not kidding. This is like, they come and go at 11 o'clock at night. That was weird. I heard someone coming loud. I stopped at 360. I'm going to go back to 310 in a second. It's like it's doing this little skips coming in patches up and down. I heard someone just a second ago, and it went away. I put it back on 310.
Worked out pretty good. I don't know.
Hear 'em? Cool. What is this? Let's go with the contact.
I don't know, 27 and 28 megahertz, down 26.
Wow, listen to that, guys. They're coming in.
I don't know. And
Where is he at?
pretty stable. And this one here, it kind of does that book. So, the temperature is 500. That's goes back.
We're losing him now.
You know, so
See that, guys? Did you see this? This is weird skip. We're at 330 degrees. I'm pointing toward Wisconsin. It's got to be coming up there, guys. It depends on your location. West Coast can get them easily, but inland's not so. Did you see this? I was talking and you heard the skip. I'm going to send it all the way back down. We just lost skip. It's coming from the northeast corner, northwest corner, and all the way up in Wisconsin. We're talking about Midwest is coming in tonight. It's got to be coming all the way to Wisconsin. And I got a tuner on this thing with the MJ now. Not like Jungle Joe's has. I'll show you guys what it looks like. We're going to do a whole little thing tonight. This can go all night, guys. Interesting. But we're not going to play Texas game tonight. Let me turn this down a little bit. Yeah, you guys hear that air conditioner out there? That's one of those type trade things. I'm going to do a whole thing to show you tonight all this. I'm going to sit there and relax you guys. It's 1 hour 38 minutes, 11 o'clock. But I'm telling you, yeah. This is all the stuff they gave me today, but I want to show you some of the stuff tonight. But yeah, we have a little RC Cola. We got some fresh packs today, and it's really good. And some little Debbie cakes. What happened today, we had to do the air conditioning. I had to help my mom to lift this thing. And had that liquid fluid that spilled all over the floor. We had to mop it up today and all that stuff. And got the dogs off the porch. So we put them out here. So we don't want to give them Lone Star ticks and all that stuff because they usually sleep in the house. The golden doodles do. And we usually take about and let them go back and change stuff. We usually put them in the field once in a while, but yeah, because you guys saw what happened there in the live stream about the airplane video I did. It was cool. I was sitting on the ground crouching down there. After like 15 minutes, I had one of the sticks on my back, so my mother pulled it off. Then last week I had one near down below. It was a Lone Star tick. It took at least about a minute, 2 minutes to pull it off of me down below, and it was a Lone Star tick. I grabbed it by there. It took a while, but I got them off, and it finally went away after a week later with the little thing. They usually leave a spot on here, but I have had more with 5 of these Lone Star ticks came on my legs once, down near my foot. I pulled them off one time back 3 years ago. They wax, these things, like, you ever heard about Lone Star, they can make you get sick and won't eat red meat for like 8 years. But it has not happened to me. But in Rockwood, Tennessee, when I first came to the hotel here, we actually had them in the hotel up there by the Cracker Barrel, where my dogs used to get in the woods. They were always, they were in the hotel room no matter what. You got to pull these things away from dogs. So they usually are common in Tennessee, and they go all the way up to Vermont to have them. But not in Florida. I've never seen Lone Star ticks in North Florida, except triggers. One time you have to clip fingernails to polish to kill them. But I've never seen them in Utah or any out west states. Never had seen those before. But they're only common in Tennessee. But if there's a way you guys can kill a tick, that'd be awesome. But believe me, these things will not let you go. But they're very common in the South. But not in, never seen them in North Florida because it's too salty. But you can, the only way you can, how you always do, make sure you always do when you go out in the woods or go out in your backyard, you always come in the house to take off, go in your bathroom and do all this stuff. check your body, make sure there's no ticks. That's what you gotta do every time to make sure it's okay. You have to do that every time to make sure you have, not when you go to sleep, go to bed. You have to make sure you check every time when you go outside, when you come in the house, when you do something like if you go out back doing something like chickens or something like that. But chickens usually ate them. So if you guys are gonna go into Smoky Mountain National Forest, they're not up in the Smoky Mountains, I think, because it's too cold. But if you're out in the woods doing hiking trails, if you get them, it doesn't matter. You always have to check for ticks either way and just pull them off. You grab your fingernails or use a tweezer. Usually will come up. You might have somebody to help you pull them off, but you have to do that every time to do that to make sure. And some guy in they tell me they're actually worse in Pennsylvania because the guy says he wears light colored clothes and you can see them when they come off you. But you can eat veggies and stuff like that, it'll be okay. But mostly, what you do about that, someone should come up with a spray, natural spray to kill them. And I think someone will do it. That's why they need to make American products to kill ticks and stuff, and do all kinds of stuff with radios. So we're going to look at this today. So tonight we're making contacts in New Zealand today. You guys saw it down here today. We're down here. We're up here. We're hitting that at 240 degrees. We got the Victor Mike 00 down here tonight over here. And I think there was a guy in Australia at 250. I heard Airedale, Australia down here on that map. Airedale, Australia is like the farthest south of Australia, almost halfway to Tasmania. And I heard Tasmania, Australia one night here on this radio. But I think the Cobra 139 does pretty good. But this one is pretty good with a Grant. Imagine you have one of these on a Washington and Madison. You can hear these guys. But I think people improve these old school radios. And I'll tell you something about it. If you guys throw out your TVs, electronic stuff, coffee makers and stuff, don't throw out any electronic stuff out because then you can reuse your caps on any parts you want to do your radios. But don't throw out any of your electronic devices. Just mostly keep the chips and you can desolder them later on. I don't have one of those desolder type things that suck them up. I used to have one, but mostly they burn out these cheap Chinese ones. That's what I'm saying. So, I was actually showing this QSL card on the stream before we got interrupted. I was checking. This one the Wagmaster sent me back in October 2024. It's an old one from the 60s out of Greenville, South Carolina. And the Greenville, South Carolina is right on the edge of where the Appalachian Mountains start, but it's outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. I've been up there in 2007. And long story short, my dad was going rock hunting at this place where they get these antennas type gems. And you go to this place, you dig them, they give you rocks to shovel and get stuff. Because we went to Blackshear, Virginia back in 2007 for at least a couple hours. And we traveled on the way home. My dad was overtired. Charlotte, North Carolina was filled up over a NASCAR car game. And I'll tell you, these were like the worst freaking gangs in South Carolina, and we didn't know. But we went to stay the night in Spartanburg, South Carolina, at a place called Brooklyn Inn. It was out by Miami Subs, and we slept there. We didn't know this guy had a lot of money. It could have been one of those gang members, like you know what they were. No, not the ones now. I'm talking about the ones. Either way, they dressed these gray hood type things, and we were sitting there laying. I was up till all night, and you can hear them just yelling at each other, throwing things and stuff. They probably were doing something like that. My mom did not like that the first time, and I'm telling you, I had to keep the watch on, the watch around, but then until we got out of there at 5 o'clock around 6 in the morning when it was daylight, we went to a Cracker Barrel in Greenville, South Carolina, stayed in the car. And this guy, at the manager at the local place in Greenville, South Carolina, he says, we're lucky we got killed either way. Because a lot of tourists get killed in Spartanburg, South Carolina because they do bad areas. But they got a lot of CV shots there, but man, it's not like that now. But mostly you probably didn't know what they're doing. But it was like this hotel probably when they were staying again. It was on College Road, I think it was back then. But a long story either way, because my dad was overtired because he was actually heading home because we were doing all that gym stuff. It was like rock county stuff, but it was pretty cool. We went through South Carolina in that area, but then we were on the way back on the back roads to Georgia, like 441 going through down in Athens, Georgia, through that area. Did I hear something? I hear somebody whistling out there. I don't know, but see, that's a cool car from the 60s, Greenville, South Carolina, called Jim Bannon. Kilo Delta Delta 3119. Pretty cool, but I never know what the eyes are. I can refer the ones in the 80s. These are the channels you monitor on 4, 5, 6, 9, 11, 12, and 14, and 22. But mostly, you got to go to the good areas of South Carolina, not the bad areas. That's probably what happened there back then. But in South Carolina in the 80s, there were a lot of good areas you go through. They didn't have all that stuff, but went through those areas on 95. Because the last time I went to the Carolinas was back when I was in 1991. You have to understand that. And Virginia, because I had been to Virginia since the 80s. That's what it was back in 2007. My dad wanted to go do some rock climbing things. We used to go to a lot of places in out here from here before, like 2 hours away. We used to go to Franklin, North Carolina back in 2007 to 2009 to get these purple type rubies. They show you rocks, you pay it for a bucket. That's the deal. They're famous for purple rubies in Franklin, North Carolina, about 2 hours away from here. We used to do it and show it, and stayed in this cool hotel room at a Hampton, and it's a really nice one. It's a rural area. Town's very small. We ate one of their local barbecue restaurant. They had these Carolina ribs. They had Carolina ribs in North Carolina at this barbecue restaurant. And they had this Walmart in the parking lot. You can go shopping at Walmart. Not like I don't know the Walmart, what it's like now. But it was like an older Walmart back then when we went there. And in Franklin, North Carolina, we stayed there many times. And to get do the rock helm purple gym things. It was good. And one time we actually did something either way like that. But this is actually what Wagon got sent me a while back. UDX 362. He got the Labradors. Pretty cool. I think they're golden retrievers, yes. So I'm just hanging out tonight, man. I didn't know that the Australia turned like that, and after a few days later. But yeah, you guys see the Copper Electronic catalog. This is my newest one I got about a month ago. You guys see all that? And I'll show you something. You guys look at this. They have a lot of great stuff, but people told me to get it on Walmart's, but Copper Electronics is pretty cool. Those are those Joe gun type antennas. I've seen them. Pretty cool. But you do Wilcox, but mostly Copper Electronics does take PayPal and all that stuff. They do all that stuff. You can even do it with credit cards and all that stuff. That's the one Wilson Dennis has. He has one of those antennas. That's the Star Duster. There's my antenna you guys seen tonight. We're talking on the stereo 4-element beam. And I'll show you like that. $214. But I had the old one I had a while back. But that one is where I got it from Copper Electronics. And they have a lot of great selection on the catalogs. But I would recommend order get their catalog in the mail and check it all out. Look on their website, copperelectronics.com. Wish I had some great RG213s. I wish I had a lot more of that stuff. It'd be cool. But they have a lot of stuff in their catalogs for sure. We have to probably be buying a lot of their stuff with this instead of those other areas. But people are probably going to be buying a lot of these things here on their stuff. Because they probably have plenty of stock of that. Because a lot of people, you can go to those places. I'm sure Stevie Shop's going to store up all that stuff too. And there's the Wilson 1000. You can see it in here. There's your Wilson 1000 right there in the video. That's a little wheel. There's your Wilson 1000 roof mounts. I think right there it is. There's other Wilson 1000s in here too. I was watching TV, you guys can hear it. But I wish I had one of those antenna switches. They won't have like high SWRs and systems in it. Okay, there we go. We got the Wilson 1000 here. It's in the magazine here. You guys see it in the Wilson 5000. They're in the Copper Electronics. You guys can see it right here. There's the Wilson 1000 right there. You can see the 3000. It's right here in the magazine. But I'd love to have one of these antennas. What are these low pass filters? I don't have one of those. But there's a gamma match that I've seen those. That antenna switch, don't get one of those. Don't. Because I tried it. And they have bad they have high SWRs. I tried it on one of my antennas. They don't do very good. And I did it with Alpha Delta out there one time. And I checked my Nano PA. It is very high SWR on these switches. That's why I never put it back on ever again. I even bought a used one. And it didn't make no difference. These kind of antenna switches need something like that. Or a higher one like that. or something like that. But make sure it's not bad. Make sure you check your SWRs on your NVA on the antenna switches. You don't know, they could be bad, and you don't know because it could be a bad type system. But that's a lot of stuff they have in these antenna systems either way. They have a lot of great selection. CalibreElectronics.com. They're out of Kentucky, and usually when I order stuff back a while back, it takes at least 3 days to get it here because it's closer here. It takes 3 days to get the item, or 2 days. A lot of times they do that. Here's their power supplies. I think they are. That's a triple light. I heard a triple light. They used to make the power plugs back in the 90s. Those are giant power supplies. They have all kinds of them too. Here's your power supplies you can get from the pyramids. That's what they are. I have a pyramid power supply and 7 amp one on the wall for my President 1. That's what's running. I have one that I burned up one because I put the wrong fuse. You guys heard about this one. It said it should have been like a 1 amp fuse, but I put a 30 amp and fried it. But I bought a second one for a backup, and I actually have ran my amplifier on this one before, and I have ran my my other mobile radios with this power supply, the parent one with the Cerac die. This one's actually connected to my President Grant. That's what we're running tonight. It's up on the wall up there, below the ATX board one you guys see for the amplifier you see on there. With the ATX board running a 50 amp fuse on it, and it's actually a 25 amp power supply that I'm running for the 2 kiloamp box you've seen tonight, and it's got a 15 amp fuse on the front of it. Those little white fuses you get from China. Every time you have to change them out once in a while, the jump up little wattage when it does good, and so far as they do okay. But it's one of those computer power supplies. Hook up to the ATX board. As long as you don't go over 20 amps, you're okay. But you can put a 15 amp fuse and it will run fine, which I had to solve that problem back months ago. And it actually is running 12 volts on that power supply to the box, the catalyst box. So you guys see that there. Pretty cool. So I'll show you the rotor we're using tonight, our antenna system. I'll show you the whole thing. And this is it. This is the rotor we have here. That is the rotor we're using on our rotor tonight with the Serial Beam. You guys have to look that model up. You can get one of these for $119 on Amazon. That's how it works. And you know I had to do some modifications to it before. And they talk about the kind of wire you use on this. It's got 18 gauge wire on it. I think it's 22 gauge. But mostly, I got it up to 100 feet up the ground, 109 feet. And it works quite good. It's security camera wire you can use it on. You can use security camera wire like I have. And that's how I did all that stuff back then. You guys see the diagram here. But that's how I did that back months ago. And the way I did that, you guys align that little thing here. This is the thing, that little thing up there you see up here. That's how I lined up to the north position with that little thing on the pole. Before I measure, I had to put a piece of string through this pole, and I did it a while back, and got it on the north position with the compass thing. That's how I did that. That's how I did that on Mark Samuel. Put a piece of string to go down the pole, mark your north position when you do it, and that's how you do it. Or you could do it on the ground like I did before, and that's how I do it. Before you do that, mark your north position first before you put this on, and you mark your blue tape on it. And I still have the blue tape with Scotch tape on it, or packing tape on it still this day. I just mark it with the blue, jack up the pole first, then get your frog tape to mark your north position where you want it at. Then you take it down, then you move this little thing here on the north position with the string on it, and line it up with the north position on it, like I did with a permanent marker, and you're ready to go. That's how I did it, with the compass out. And that's how you do it. And so far, ever since it's been great so far. And I've done this part here with the cable thing like this. But it's all got tie wraps and stuff. I've done this right here. That's why you guys see that little loop thing with the duct tape when I did that little curve thing, guys. When I did this kind of thing, that's what I did. And you guys see that? So far, it stays in position when it moves around. It might move this a little bit, that's all it does. But everything's good. And I made it well insulated so far, it's holding up good. That's what I did. I make sure I duct tape the whole thing, duct things to, it's got mule tape in one of the brackets inside of this thing, I think it does. But I put one inside of it to make sure everything's good. And duct tape it, or do either way. Or put a lemon tape in it. I did all that before. So it'll seal up pretty good. This is the most important thing. Don't mess this thing up, because you got to know these kind of buttons here. That's actually how I program. I usually put press the program button when I do it. These actually 70 west, and 310 degrees is when I park it. It's at L. Usually F is at 290 degrees, and C is like 90 degrees. The other ones are north and south. Like the north is usually A, and I think it's 360 degrees, or it's just 0 degrees. So I have it all marked down when I did that. And this is all the market does. And show you, this is actually what they do. You guys see how it shows the numbers? But that's how I got the rotor. But before you do that rotor, make sure you grease it up. Make sure you get some loosening bearing grease. You have to do that to make sure you keep that thing going. And mostly that's what I'm saying. You got to make sure you get some bearing grease before you put this thing up together. That's what I did. They have a little butterfly nut inside of it, like it pops a clip out. You got to get your hands in there, and it takes hours to do that. That's the air conditioner coming on my dad's here. It's one of those things you guys heard. And that's how tall my beam antenna is. 22 feet, 10 inches. So I'm looking at, guys, that was 22 feet and 10 inches. That's how tall the beam antenna is. That's how high it is. So I marked that a while back. And I'll show you the beam antenna on the main I got. But I'm trying to find one of these tools. You guys will see it. Yeah. So I'm trying to find this tool. This tool I'm looking for. If you guys can find what it can go on one of these, I try to email Serial, and I haven't gotten no response back to them for a while. I've done it on their Facebook, but I'm trying to find one of these tools because I lost one of these tools. I can't find it around here because I had to move all my stuff, and I kept it somewhere around here with this tool. This tool goes into that. That's the important. The other stuff is just mostly X screws, and it will go in this. This is the tool I'm trying to find one of these that goes in. But Mark Sandquist, if you know what kind of hex screw I need to get one of these, let me know what size it is, if it does fit any regular hex screw. I have a bunch of hex keys around here too, like the regular ones you see. I don't know if it will fit one of these. I'll show you in a second. But would it fit one of these things? I'll show you. This. That's what I'm talking about. Would it fit one of those beam antenna things like on there? You guys can see it. If it does fit one of these, let me know. We got the sizes here. I have always kept them up. It'll work for mobile antennas too. But yeah, let me know what it is. Maybe Mark Sandquist can make one of those and draw the shape, and maybe somebody could design it with a tool. But I'm trying to find because I lost one. They should have gave me like a spare for one of these too, like 2 of them in a box or 3 of them. but I can't even find this tool that goes to this. But the beam ain't coming down at all. But if I could find one of these tools, that'd be awesome. I didn't know what size it is. It's 3mm hex key, but it's kind of different what it is. That's the kind of tool I'm looking for this beam. Yeah, it's actually 3mm trimetric set, but I have to look for that one. 3mm Allen wrench. That's what I have here. I'll show you in a sec what they look like. Yeah. This is actually 7/16, 3/64, but yeah, probably look for a metric set. Mostly get them at Harbor Freight. That's probably need to go get one of them. That's why I had to go look for one of those at Wally World. But these are 1/18s. They're actually not meters. So we have to look for millimeters. So there's 3mm sets. That's what it says. Okay. It's probably one of those black hex screws. So I was just trying to find that. But this is a cool thing. I never cut my beam, so I use an antenna tuner because I don't want to ruin it. So I never cut the beam on this thing. I never trimmed it. Jungle Joe did his. That's why he tunes an automatic tuner, but mine's a nice manual tuner. And I got a good deal on it. And it can go anywhere, but I rather manual tune so it does not screw up. It's got nice coils in it. The only time I did my tuner once, when I got it, the screw came loose in one of those things inside of it. It happened to Wagon Master's tuners before, and I'll show you the tuner in a second before we get on out here soon. But yeah, not right now. But and this is actually the measurements I put here for my beam antennas. When I measured it back last year, you guys see it, 8 foot on both sides. That's actually a 19 footer down here. No, that one's 19 foot on the top. That is like 9 foot on both sides. You guys can see it. That's what I put the measurements a while back when I did this. Instead they got all millimeters, tiny type things. That's actually the band you're looking at here. So it's a basic stop. So it will go on 26 megahertz if you turn off the tuner right now, if you want to. So I can actually go on it if I want, but I kept the tuner on 27 megahertz on those areas when the SWR is pretty perfect. But I did on the Nano VA, ever since I touch it, I haven't touched it ever since day one when I did it. It's only when I put that silicone on that cap, on that where that cap came off when some bird took it. That's the only thing I did. Yeah, Harbor Freight's in my area. It's not far from my house, so I'll probably go look at Harbor Freight sometime maybe this week. Maybe I get some time. But they're there all the time. They're up in my area, not far from me, about 6 miles away. No, about 4, 5, 6, about 8 miles away. But yeah. So yeah, we have to look for that. I'll have to find it. But this is a pretty cool cow line. I would not throw this out. I recommend everybody get this. But we got a lot of cool tools. But this little thing, so far it's stayed on this thing pretty good. I actually put the coax on this bolt here when I did this a while back. It's actually on the bolt down below, not on the top. It's down below, so it hangs out like this when it does that. I saw it on one of this guy's video out of St. Louis that did his. But I think Mower Junkie should try one of these antennas. But that's the gamma match. As long as you don't damage the gamma match, you're okay. As long as you don't mess with this thing. Only I missed it one time when I had it on my antenna tuner. When I got it close down the lowest number near it, then you tie it up when that point of that number on your Nano VA and get it close to it. Then for the SWR, then you actually use your tuner to lower it down. That's how I did mine. So that's actually pretty nice. It's been doing good ever since. That's why I paint it black, because it'll last longer and it'll have less corrosion in it. But they don't corrode, they're steel. But I made it last longer, so it's doing pretty good, and nobody can't see it far away. It's only when you see it up close. That's why it's black. And when it rains, when it has ice, when the sun comes out, when it's colored black, it'll actually melt the ice faster. Same thing on my Mako 5000. Drink some things. But so have you guys got any skip conditions today? Just gonna check in here tonight. So we got Mark Sanquest in the house. A lot of people chatting out there tonight. It's kind of about 77 degrees on the porch. Perfect air conditioning weather for me. Hot from my blood. It was actually a lot hotter in the 80s today. We're supposed to get some 20% rain tomorrow. The last time we had rain all half through the night last night, and it stopped around late yesterday even. But mostly, I think 2 days ago we had the storms. And we had a little thunder yesterday on the mountain. Most of all the severe weather stayed southwest toward Atlanta, Georgia. That's where it went. So we're going to get these QSL cards out of the way. Try to check if we got the other ones. I brought them out here. I did. Trying to find the ones I have. So, yeah, they're under here. Okay. There we go. Now I'll show you UJX 357 gave me a while back, Cowboy. I'll show his card out here. This guy donated for my Cobra 139. He says I can use these in my other radios. This is what, make sure there's no addresses on here. Hey, I have one of these diodes I bought a while back. In case you fry your radio, I have some diodes for it. I bought it from that 6-star type guy. I have it. And it's usually, I actually got one of my radios working. My PC68, when I did it one time, when I hooked up the wrong way. That's what it is. This is what UTX 357 donated one of these to me. Not these, not these. Not those. Those ones I bought a while back. These are the ones he donated to me, these lights. That's what UTX 357 gave me. He bought these, sent it in the mail back a few months ago for my Cobra 139. I put one of these lights in there. The channel display is green. The other meters are all white. So that's UDX 357 out of California. Thanks for donating these lights a while back. This is his QSL card. He gave him. We made the contact on the Cobra 139 the first time. It was pretty good. These are the lights he gave me a while back. They work pretty good. They're bright. And he used 3 lights on the system, like for the meter and the channel knob. That's what I did. These are being pretty good, quite shape. I keep them in a Ziploc bag so they keep sealed from the weather. And that's what they are. That's what he sent me. He says I can use these on my other radios later on. In case when he's burning up the lights, we can do that. We can do all that. Or meter lights. Pretty good. And that's Cowboy's QSL card. UJX 357 in California. He goes to those channels, moderate those. And I'm glad he gave me this QSL card. I love the way he did the United Delta X-Ray C Radio website. Someone's got to design the website for free. We got to get it back. We got to get the UJX website back. Someone's got to do it. Someone's got to do it for Wagmaster. Not will go down. It has to be all free. Doesn't cost nothing. There's free home pages out there. You got to do it for free to get a site back. It's not hard to do. Then once you guys do it, you just give them to take over the site. And because everybody does the internet, they pay their internets and all that stuff, but everybody should get it for free and all that stuff, no matter what. Like home pages, it'll be around for years. You gotta find one that doesn't. Maybe a wiki site would be good, but you gotta make it look easier and all that. Maybe something like an old school, like an Angel Fire page, like a GeoCity, like from the 90s. Cause I love those things. Because back then, I designed my first homepage back when I was in 1998. It was just a little thing back then. It was all this new kind of thing when the internet was starting out, pioneer style. People remember it back then. When I got on AngelFire.com, when I used to play Nintendo 64 games, I made my own Nintendo 64 game. The Foxman's been out there for years, way back then. That's how I developed from Nintendo 64 from Star Fox, the video game. That's how the Foxman 362 was born. But the 362 goes all the way back from American Online when I first got on in 1996. I think it was 1995, and I'll tell you about that. People, and you can still get the game this day, but it ain't not like the AOL version. And the most popular game back in the day was Slingo and Poker on American Online back in 1995, during 96, and also all the way to 2000s. Slingo was like a game. You go into a chat room just like we do on YouTube now. Instead, you click it with a mouse, and you last your 5-minute of game in there, and you play with these devils and jokers in the game. You get the jokers actually get bonus points, and the whole idea is you got to stay on the top score, and that's what they did, and they do that, and they had the Slingo game on Facebook. I've seen a while back. They have all kinds, but Single was one of the coolest games on American Online when it started out. This was before like Quake came out and all that. But back then when we used to do our video games, like on a computer on 25 megahertz on a 486, we used to have my uncle had Doom 2 and Doom 1. We had to dial up our modems 50 miles away, like LAN connection. Not on, only on dial-up, not on the internet. Just it'll cost up money when you do long distance call. But when I was in private school, when I got out, there was a kid that was in private school actually talked on the phone, but never saw him again after that. But we played for a couple hours on Doom 2 on the internet on dialed up. That was pretty cool. Which you can get Doom 2 on the Xbox now, but I don't play those video games like I used to. I used to play a lot of them. They were fun. I stayed playing video games all the way to 2012, but until I tried out the PlayStation 5, it was pretty cool. But mostly all those video games now, it's all the same thing. Call of Duty's the same exact thing. You move around these control stick things like Control Freak sticks. It gives you better grips and like that. But hours and hours you play. Games are cool, but that's when you're in case we're really bored. But I used to play on Xbox Live a long time ago, and I used to be in a clan called TTK, but it was a guy out of Georgia that designed this thing that helped him did all his pages and stuff, and mostly kept up with 24 time zones around the world, and got people in this gamer clan. Where a game called Battlefield Bad Company 2 was one of the coolest games on Xbox 360. And until that Battlefield 3 and everything messed up, you made it worse. So it was okay, but Bad Company 2 was a great game. It would have been that song, Bad Company song back in the 70s and in 2000. But that game was awesome. It was actually more realistic warfare on the video game. More pretty cool. Battlefield Bad Company 2 was a good game on Xbox 360. It was like the GoldenEye 007 era in 2010s. It was an awesome game back then. They still have the PC game that you could play online, but it was over like a lot of time and playing. There was a lot of guys from all over the world. We had a trainer that came in from Australia that trained me how to play the game. A guy named Nick, and he was cool. He was out of South Wales, Australia, on a farm, which I had his address a while back, but it's on one of my PCs. But the guy wanted to have some Twinkies. And I'm telling you, all those Australians you talk on the radio, if you give them Twinkies, they'll like it because they don't have Twinkies in Australia. They don't. Some guy told me on Xbox Live back in 2010, in 2009, in 2010, they used to have back 20 to 30 years ago in Australia. And the only way they like Twinkies is because they saw this movie called Zombieland that came out back several years ago. And it was filmed not far where I lived, about 50 miles north of there, in a place called Wild Adventures Theme Park. I've been there back in 2005. It's one of the coolest parks. You can still go to this day. They got the Splash Mountain. It's in Valdosta, Georgia. If you don't want to go to Disney World or Universal Studios, just try Wild Adventures in Valdosta. It's one of those cool things. They have little dinners and stuff you do there. They have like a whole season. I did the whole season pass. It's one of the nicest parks. But if you like Dollywood, I've never been to Dollywood, but I think you would recommend go to Wild Adventures Theme Park. It's like, if you don't like the heavy crowds and stuff and everything, I don't know if it's like that now, but it's in Valdosta, Georgia, and you can go shopping at Sam's, you can go to the Valdosta Mall and do the Best Buy thing, you can go to the Goodwill stores, you can go there. I used to go there lots of times when I lived there in 1998 through 2009. We used to go shopping in Gainesville, Florida, and went to Valdosta and get the gas cheap there. But yeah, Valdosta is an okay city here, but that's not like I'll tell you all that, but pretty cool. But yeah, I'm telling you, I recommend check out Wild Adventures when you guys are going to take a trip to the south. But it's one of those parks that's very, I don't know, it's more like not too over. It's not like big as Disney World, Dollywood. It's like a small size, but it's a pretty good park to go do some Splash Mountain roller coasters, little things like that. And that's how I used to ride my first roller coasters at Wild Adventures Theme Park. The Cheetah, the Hangman, the Crake, the one with the swamp thing. But when I went to SeaWorld in Orlando, Florida back in 2005, and in Disney World I did not really like the Mount Everest ride. It was not all that great, but the one at SeaWorld and Universal still, but the one at SeaWorld, the Kraken was one of the best rides you like. It was actually had a little bit longer tunnels and everything. I know it's all animals and stuff, but they had one of the best roller coasters in Orlando. And It depends on what it is. But I'm saying like that. So let me show you these channels tonight, because we did it on the live stream because I deleted it and I did it on accident. Next time we'll not do it again, because I had to. I'll make sure to stay in the PC and try to get it publicized. But I go through my phone, look at it. So you don't do that. You have to go through your PC to get your live stream published public to get it out there. But we made a great contact to Australia today. That was awesome. It was well worth it on this stream. We grabbed Australia and New Zealand. That was a worth contact, and we made the Wisconsin tonight. And I think we did that 520 guy out there. Don't forget to check out Oral Radio Night. Comes on YouTube at 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. He's out of Charleston, South Carolina. The Mega, the only, the Dirty Diaper 21, UDX 21 out of Charleston, South Carolina. We had a great day today. And he does all kinds of radios from the 50s, 60s, you name it, the 70s, and the new ones these days. This man has a radio on every night. This guy does all kinds of cool stuff on YouTube. And tell him Dirty Diaper, tell him Foxman sent you there. And so I'll just make sure I get that out there for you guys out there tonight. Kind of tired tonight. Just chilling out on a Sunday. And mostly, we don't have a lot of storms. They're going to get a 20% rain tomorrow, but I usually leave the antennas ganked just in case. But maybe we'll get more rain storms soon. But man, I was worried about that yesterday, but it went good. So don't forget to check out Oral Night coming on YouTube at 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time and 10 o'clock Central Time and mostly 9 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, Mountain Daylight Time, and 8 o'clock California Time, Pacific Time, and 7 o'clock Alaska, Hawaii Time. So go check out Old Radio Night. The one that does the Uncle Freddy Chicken Choker. He shows them out there once in a while, and you got to get in this shout out wheel when you go see him. He'll give you a blue wrench. He'll get your channel out there. Say hi to Dirty Diaper 21. If you got questions about radios and stuff like that, CB radio history, all kinds of stuff in the video, he'll respond to you. And if you ask him what kind of microphone he's using tonight, he'll tell you. He'll show it to you and all that stuff. He's talking to all the guys on the skip. He'll tell you the whole 9 yards how the C radios work. He's great. And that's what I'm saying. So, sure this is good. And I'll tell you, don't forget to check out the 21 shout out wheel when you get on Old Radio Night. You'll get in there if you say hi to him in the chat. He'll give you a blue wrench, and he has the Uncle Freddy Chicken Choker out there in his background, out there watching him on YouTube, and he's make sure everything's cool. The Uncle Chicken Freddy Choker will tell you that in his videos, and he's got one on YouTube. He's the guy that is the cameraman on the on 21.SC out of Charleston, South Carolina. The cameraman is the Uncle Freddy Chicken Choker, and he's trying to help Dirty Diaper 21 out of the live stream, and he also puts it all together for him. Uncle Freddy Chicken Choker on YouTube. Don't forget about him. He'll be out there. He's always helping out 21 out of Charleston, South Carolina. He's the cameraman, and 21.SC told me about him. He's the cameraman for sure. So if you get into 21 shout out wheel, he'll put you in there. You say hi to the chat, then he'll put you a blue wrench, and it will spin like this for at least, and you get in there before 9 o'clock at night Eastern Time, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, and it has to be 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. If you get in there before 9 o'clock Eastern Time, you will get in the shout out wheel with these colors, and everybody wins, and they usually do. And when it draws on the last color, the person that wins the stickers, and it goes on the next one. So this guy has the Wheel of Fortune for real. The wheel thing like this. It looks like the twister type things you sit on the board, but this is 21 shout out wheel, and it spins and spins until the last person draws out, and you get a bunch of stickers from him, and he'll send to you. And he's supposed to do a contest real soon, I think, or sometime when he gets to a little bit like 4,000 subscribers, and he'll do these Old Radio Night t-shirts once in a while, and he'll do that. And this is the one with DX Empire out here tonight. Let me make sure I stretch out. We'll show you DX Empire out here today. We got 2 hours and 20 minutes out here. Don't forget to check out 20 Dirty Diaper 21. This is DX Empire. I usually check. He's out there on Facebook once in a while. He sent us the Dirty Diaper a while back, and he got that idea from 21 about his radio, and that's how DX Empire was born. It's another guy out there. He watches this video. He actually watches 21 Dirty Diaper 21 out of South Carolina. This is DX Empire. And he gave me this sticker a while back. 21 Dirty Diaper has sent this a while back when I won a bunch of stickers back last year on the shout out wheel, and I got lucky. And this is actually DX Empire, the OG social network. It's pretty cool. I love that. I don't want to be like these people in the traffic jam. I always carry my C-radio all the time, no matter what. If it's the walkie-talkie, you need to carry your C-radios all the time. If it's your President Randy 2, don't leave home without it. I don't care if your cell phones do go down; these things will not. I always carry my handheld C-radio every time when I go out, if I can't bring my Anytone out there in those places. And my Striker AA10 or Wilson 1000. Now I always make sure I carry my walkie-talkie in the little bag, and has a little rubber ducky antennas, 2 of them, and you can get on there very quick and talk to the truckers and other people out there. So this is OG social networking, Citizen Radio Network. Means always have your radios handy, no matter what it is. Carry one, make sure everything's. I recommend everybody get a Randy 2 walkie-talkie or any C-radio walkie-talkie. Keep it in handy, and if you can't bring a big little C-radio in your car, make sure you have a C-radio always handy in your car, no matter what the situation is. That's a great tip about you guys have to do that. And this is one I showed you already today, and we delete the live stream on accident. So this is 21's worldwide broadcast online. So pretty cool. And this is the Uncle Freddy Chicken Choker. He's that guy wearing all the cool stuff. He's got the beans, he's got the dings. That's the Uncle Freddy Chicken Choker. And usually we'll squeeze it. So we'll bring Elvis out here in a second. He'll tell him to shout out to him. And he'll talk to you in a second. I don't know if he'll talk or not. He'll say this to you. I'm going to make sure everything's good. And he'll say to that, "Hi, I'm Elvis. Don't forget to check out Uncle Freddy Chicken Choker on YouTube. I'm Elvis Chicken Choker too. I'm Elvis Chicken Choker too. And don't forget to check him out on YouTube. Shout out to UGX21 Dirty Diaper on YouTube. This is Elvis, the Elvis Chicken, and we got it here. Make sure get it far out. Make sure, let me zoom this out in a second so you guys see him. There we go. That's what I'm saying. There we go. We got it right here, guys. Elvis is talking to you guys out there tonight. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everybody coming out here tonight. Uncle Freddy Chicken Choker. Thank you very much. And Elvis just left the building. So that's what you guys have to check him out on YouTube. Make sure you check it out. Kids can watch him. He's pretty friendly. I recommend kids watch him. He'll teach them about C-radios for sure. So yep. And we got some other stickers to show tonight. I don't forget everybody out there today, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You do it. It's almost 11:48, almost midnight. We'll be killing this live stream soon. We get there before it hits midnight. About 11:48 in the evening, about 11:46 over here. We're looking at it on the clock, show clock. And this is CB Radio Brew Brotherhood UDX21 out of South Carolina. That's Dirty Divers. One of his stickers sent me a while back when I won the contest the Uncle Fred the shout out wheel. That's what he sent me, all the stuff. His first sticker was the one down here. He sent me down there when I had a shortwave radio running, and he heard one of his buddies out there. That's how I got that one. It's been there ever since it happened. I think 2023 when I got that. And you have to understand this Quad 5 on the top radio took me 3 years to save that guy. It's true. True story. But I'm telling you about the Quad 5 Top Gun. I'll show you up there. And we got it on 37 on this guy tonight. I'm going to roll it up here. I leave it right there, not too much. We still got that tinfoil thing I'd show you guys there. It's all doing good. That's why I did this. And there's a tinfoil in the background behind me on a wall curtain with clothespin line things. That's what I did that so it bounces off the Wi-Fi downstairs and it bounces on the side here. I had to do this before because I had a lot of that trouble when it broke up on the live stream, but that's what we have here. It's still bouncing up there, bouncing here either way. So yeah, that's the one you saw, the CB Radio Brotherhood. So the one I was talking about, the Quad 5, this guy took me 3 years to get one time. I saved my money back in 2021 during December and waited till 2023 to get this radio on Bob's CB Radio Shop before he started jack the prices to $4.99 with the 90 watt version, 100 watt version. This is the basic stock version from 2017, but I got it back in 2000. It was a Christmas present in 2022, but bought it back in January 2023 when I got it. Did the 11 meter mod, chip mod to it with the solder thing. I had to use the solder gun you've seen, and I was lucky to do it one shot like that. It was good, and it was the one with the 904 type chip mod. You remove this little type, I think it was the 103 got to remove, and that's what I did back then. Took a lot of time to do that, and looking through my magnifying glass, jewelry glass thing, and that's how I did it. And that's how I got the 11 meter. Because the older radios before that, you didn't have to do those mods. So that's what you do with the Quad 5s. This is I think the 50 watt version, 60 watt version. That could be. It's the basic stock one. And that's the one I got it from Bob's CB Shop on their site a while back. It's out of Pennsylvania. You can look it up. And he still sells these radios. I think he does. So this is the one from 59 Zoo. This is the one I wanted to. This is the one. This is the one. The one with that 2-peel box up there. You see it up there. You see it shining blue. That's the one. UDX390 gave me this card. Well, back, and he has this card too. A lot of guys have. This is the one with the art department. Brad out of Salt Lake City, Utah. The ones you've seen in the radios. This is all the logos have. These are some of our UDX logos. We got that new one with the orange one. That's the first UDX that came out in Utah many years ago. This is the one when I joined this United Delta X-Ray Serial Club. When this thing came out, I still have the sticker up there and have it on my mom's van. And it's on there all the time with magnets like these. And I'll show you we can get one of these magnets. I don't want to put it in here in the phone. But you get like magnets like these. It doesn't matter. Because mostly I got these out of Spring City, Tennessee. So I'm not there all the time. You just use a bunch of magnets and you cut these. You guys see them? That's what they are. They will go on your car pretty good. That's what I did. These are phone magnets out of telephone books. You can get them. And they give away telephone books for free at the local Piggy Wig store in Spring City. And I had to take at least a few books to get these magnets when I stick them, when I put stickers on them. You put the stickers on it with the bumper. The same thing with this one. That's what I did with the other ones. And stick it on my mom's van. And usually that's how it works. And they stay on there. They've been on there for almost 2 years somewhere. And I usually take them off once in a while, not all the time. And they've been on that car ever since, through snowstorms, rain, you name it. And it's been through a lot of that stuff. And people could see it if they have. Wish we had a larger magnet sticker. It would be awesome. That would be awesome. If Wagmaster could make me a giant magnet for United Delta X-Ray, like the orange display, I totally will put it on my door, and mostly I'll take it off when I head home, so everybody can actually see what it's about. Maybe something like that we could do to get the United Delta X-Ray a little bit higher. We could go up to 3,000 UDX numbers, okay? That's how high you got it. We have plenty of space for this club to get UDX numbers too. So this is the card I got from Brad Zoo. That's the one Wagonmaster sent me when I got the 2-peel box when I won. So these are actually all the United Delta X-rays here. You can see it here. And he's got the Serial and the Palomar. I know what the Palomars are. That's a box. It's pretty cool. He's out of Salt Lake City, Utah. And this is from Wagon Master. That's in this. It's QSL cards. I don't mind QSL cards. It's good. It's pretty awesome. But man, we gotta throw some little sci-fi in these things too. So this has been a great night on the live stream. I think that was well worth around Australia and New Zealand because that's a long way to go. You guys have a long. That was like 6,000 mile contact and 9,000 mile contact. That was well worth it tonight. I've been waiting all week to get to it. I usually get them no problem with the beam because some people do like this beam, some people don't. But let me tell you, it's a lightweight beam, and you probably will have less problem from winds on it. But I have trees that protect it from either way. It survives 60-mile winds. They stay in that position. It will move. It'll just move like this, like that. That's what it mostly will do. Like that mostly. That's what it does. A little bit with the wind. And then you get a heavy wind gust. That's usually good because it's the design, the pole I made. You guys seen it. And I want people to learn about my design, the pole I did for my beam antenna. And maybe people will learn how my ideas and pick it up and do it a different way. It's on a boat winch, which I not took the boat winch off the pole ever since, which I bought it at Harbor Freight. And it has like a cooler on top of it and a black bag that goes over it to keep it from not rusting up. And it's all got black paint on it, on the chain when I painted a while back. So don't forget to check out 390 Wagmaster on YouTube. This is one of his QSL cards that gave me a while back. He sent me like 3 of these. I have like 3 to 4 of these things I have. I have one either way, depends on like that, but he gave me this a while back. And either way, that's 390 Wagmaster out of Salt Lake City, Utah, the owner of the United Delta X-Ray. Don't forget to check him out. That is his P.O. Box address here. If you want a UDX number for him, make sure I straighten mouse. If you want a UDX for him, make sure you email him or snail mail him. He'll tell you. And you can do that way either way. So this was back in February 2024. So I won something. It was that hat I got. And I still have the hat this day, the president hat. I can show you what 390 when I won it that one day. When I answered that question, there was like 3 guys got it right and they got their hats. I had the president hat he gave me a while back. I still have it right here. You guys can see it. I'll show you in a second. This one is pretty cool. Wish we have a nice Delta X-ray hat. But this is about President Reagan. I found this here. I printed this out a few days ago, and this I was trying to find. I was actually trying to find Africa in this one. I found this on the internet, on Facebook. It's all in Spanish. You guys can see it. And I like to try to find out what these stations are, but one has an African station. We might be able to get South Africa out of these channels. So you guys can see that. That might be interest for us on the pre-band channels. You guys see it. I found this on the internet a couple of days ago on with Facebook out of Brazil. So I'm going to use it in Brazil. So I'm going to check if we can find the Africa stations or probably Australia, but there are probably a lot of hidden channels. So here's the President hat Wagmaster sent me a while back. I think 2 years ago, back in 2024. And that's what I'm saying. And it's a Brio hat. But this is the one I won in the contest a while back about the serial antenna Mega Mount. One of his antennas got fried on a car, and he was transmitting about 40 watts, I think, and it fried it. It actually fried his antenna and destroyed it. This I won this hat. He had like 2 of these hats or 3 of them, and I actually won this one a while back. And I have the radio and I have the hat, and it's pretty cool. Think about it. I have the walkie-talkie and I have the hat. It goes along with it too. It's a nice hat. But I don't let them go bad. I still have this ever since. It's Weeble hat. It's pretty cool. So, also, I'm sorry. I'm going to get him out there 2112 in a minute. And also, before we get on out here soon, we got one more sticker to do. Don't forget to check out King Carlart sent it in this a while back. If you can become a United Delta X-Ray member, You get in the UDX club and make sure you email Wagmaster. But this guy sent me a while back. Ken Carlock designed this for me way back, I think last year when I was on my Cobra 139, and it fit really well on top of that. I usually put it up around the Cobra speaker, and it does pretty good. Sometimes it'll fall off, but it's very good quality proof. This is not cheap metal. This guy takes a lot of work on this. This is UDX 111 Ken Carlock that made this a while back with my UDX logos on it. It's pretty cool. So these guys are having storms out there, so I understand how that is. Because you don't want to risk your radio during lightning storms, and you don't want to do that. You don't want to let that happen to people. So don't forget to check out United Delta X-Ray, UDX TV radio out there. Do a search, you guys will find it. Maybe they'll have some of that Google search. It'll still be around pages and images. You'll still find it. It doesn't matter if the website got shut down. He shut it down or either way. It'll still be out there. But we got to get a UDX website going. Someone's got to do it, and we got to get it going. I take this sticker all the time with me in my videos. I wish I had a lot of these stickers, but I take this one. I took this one in the mobile today, and I've done this many times. You can tell it's been through it. And I put it back up here on the frequency counter I have made a while back, which you have to hook it up and transmit. This frequency counter I designed it a while back. I got these cheap ones from China. I think it was 2 years ago. It can operate by batteries, and it also could operate by plug. And it's in one of those. It's also designed in a kids type pencil crayon type box. That's what it is. You get these at Walmart's, and I paint the whole thing black. It was all crystal clear. So I put that in there a while back. It still works good. I think it does. Wish I could make a frequency counter could stay on this radio. It'd be awesome. Instead of transmit, but it'll work. I haven't hooked it up for a while, but I did this a while back when I tried walkie-talkies with it and stuff like that. It should be able to work okay. You have to hook up a coax to it to transmit and stuff like that. You don't want to hook that up to an amp like that. It'd be good. But it does work for a frequency counter I built a while back. And I use some kind of plexiglass thing that goes over that. Like out of one of those regular clear type things out of a little plastic case things like they did. So check out udxcradio.com. It's midnight now, and it's still 11:59. It's a little bit off. Let's check our time up here and see how it shows. Yeah, it's 12 o'clock, guys. We made it to June 9th today. Lucky number 9. So that's great. 9's my lucky number. It's true. So if you want to send stuff to 390 Wagmaster, QSL cards, C radios, you name it, he'll appreciate it. He'll love it. And the Foxton sent him there. Foxton sent to 390 Wagmaster on YouTube. He does live streams on Thursday nights at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 o'clock Central Daylight Time, and 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time, Mountain Daylight Time, and 6 o'clock Pacific Time, and 5 o'clock 5 o'clock Hawaiian Alaska Time, and it will be like 10 o'clock Atlantic Time for the people in Puerto Rico, South America, and east of Jamaica, and out near that area, Bermuda, and all the way up to Nova Scotia. So that's what I'm saying. He will be he's the legend 390 Wagmaster UDX 390 Mike out of Salt Lake City, Utah. And Fox Institute, that little cool radio did with that little sticker, the first social networking from the 70s. And that little thing was cool. And UDX 390 will be appreciated. Check him on YouTube, 390 Wagmaster, for sure, like this. It will be quite cool. And you guys have a great day. So I'll shout out to him. I'm just trying this whole half-hour halftime thing to get everybody out there. I don't want to forget some of these guys out there. And I know yesterday, I don't know, Steve Lounge 2112 did a live stream tonight. He probably didn't do. He's out there once in a while. He did one last night. I didn't see the live stream because I was just kind of busy on my DX Land stuff. And everybody probably was watching on Saturday night. At least he's doing videos again. But check out CB Lounge 2112 Video Gates on YouTube. He does the Sunday services. He does CB radios. His room will look like 1988 all the time with a 79 smoke screen. He smokes it up He smokes up the radios for sure. The man has like a fog machine in his room all the time, like back in the 80s. Wish I had a Fog 79 smoke screen room in here with fog machines. He does the 79 smoke screens, and he does the Hawaiian dance on the radio too. And he does the cool 80s rock and roll type things on the CB. This man's like a totally rad, pretty awesome dude. And this guy has some nerd type skills. He knows what he's doing. He's on that Galaxy radio he talks on, the Boss Hog from the 80s and 70s, the radio. And he's got other 1980C radios like Radio Shacks and stuff like that. He does sideband too. And this guy does a lot of 79 smoke screen. I saw his dog video yesterday, the ones that were playing around. It's really good. He's out of Carson City, Nevada. He's called 2112 out there. CB Lounge 2112. He goes by UJX 2112 sometimes, but he's called CB Lounge 2112 out there, or 2112 either way. He's out of Carson City, Nevada. Check out CB Lounge 2112 Video Gates on YouTube. Tell him Foxman sits here. And if you're out there on the C radio to talk to him, you'll get a live intercepts if he's on live stream. He'll tell you how your audio sound like. He'll give you a report. He'll give you all that stuff, info, pretty good. And he'll tell you what time on the show clock and all that stuff, and the whole 9 yards. And if you want to ask any questions about the 1980s and 90s for sure, and then before the 1980s, this man knows it all. Tell him Foxman sits you there on his YouTube channel. The CB Lounge 2112 Video Gates on YouTube. Out of Carson City, Nevada, out in the northern part of the state, and not very far from California, over near the Sierra Nevadas. The Sierra Mountains, yes. And check them out. $1. Yes, they are. $1. Don't laugh me now. Be cool now. Yes. And he will be he's the coolest guy on the planet, and you'll like his radios for sure. Check him out on YouTube. He does his live streams, on streams, out of Carson City, Nevada. CB Lounge 2112 on YouTube. Foxman 362, DDX 362, and 362 sent you there from Tennessee to check him out. He's a cool guy. You'll love his videos. And this guy is amazing. He doesn't watch television like he used to. He stays mixing. He hasn't watched television since 2004. And he's pretty cool with that. So I'll tell you guys, we're going out here tonight. And I'm going to wave to you guys out there tonight. I'm kind of worn out, but we did that Australian con over 43 minutes. We went on here, we did some things. Some non-related video gate related, some of that. So Marty Wilson had to go. Active today on 37, lower side storms came in, so I had to go. All right, you go 10-7. Good night out there, Marty Wilson Engine Shop. You understand about lightning strikes, we don't want that. Hey, what's up, Jungle Joe? UDX 791 in the Gulf Islands in Canada, British Columbia. I just do that little flute type whistle thing when I touch on those little air holes like this. You can do stuff like this. Nobody doesn't even know that. Yep. Yes. And I'll say, and let me check it out. Make sure everything's good. Alright. And the mailman, yeah, okay, Martin Wilson's the mailman 112 out of Kansas. Okay, I talked to him a few nights ago. Shout out to the mailman 112 out there, 112 out in Kansas. And he's in the Sunflower State, the Dorothy, the Wizard of Oz State, the Dorothy that flies in the world. Yeah, it's cool. I've seen Kansas before. I've been there before back in 2008. And that was like that. And he's talking about joining Video Gates out here, Jungle Joe. And he's talking about what he's talking about. He's talking about good live stream. It'll be nice when Rick gives. But I'll tell you, Jungle Joe, I got Australia, New Zealand time. You guys heard it on the live stream. I had it. I talked to Victor Mike 00 tonight on channel 38. And there was a guy out of Australia, I think it was Unit 00, something like that, out of Australia. I talked to him. He was way in the distance at 5 to 7 pounds. He heard me. He called back to me on the radio. He must have watched my live streams. And he's talking about the skip is not here. It worked in one station in New Zealand today on 38 lower side. And that was it for the skip today. That's what happened to me today. And I had Wisconsin 2 out there tonight. dead quiet. But Jungle Joe, what happened? My first live stream I did earlier today on the Quad 5. I deleted accident, but I had the video I recorded flip cam in Harriman, Tennessee. You should check it out. And I was on my way home at 6 miles away from QTH. I know I saw the video on my live stream. It sounded really good at 6 miles away. When I got close to 3 miles away, around the golf course, 3 miles away, between 2 miles at the Dollar Tree, I was getting like pounds almost about 2 miles away on the Make It 5000 on the mobile when I was on the radio. When I was on my way back with it was the Striker antenna I was trying, the one Andy donated to me. It was pretty cool. We'll try it again soon with another time with that. But you should see that skip video I did early today when I did the one with Harrington in Tennessee and the one I did with the A11 out of Kansas, Missouri today. That was like 36 mile contact in the mobile. And I heard it on my thing and it sounded really good. So this antenna improved itself, the Striker has. It's gotten out a lot better than the Wilson 1000. Wilson 1000 does the same. I talked to Seaweed with it back 2 months ago with it. So UDX 791 waiting from the Gulf Islands. That's UDX 791 Jungle Joe Video Gates. Check him out on YouTube. He does a lot of tropical palm trees, banana garden stuff. He does CB radios. Shout out to the Gulf Islands of British Columbia, to UDX 791 Jungle Joe out there. He goes by Joe out there, waving it on back. And that's Joe. He's cool. And Mark Sanchez came out there tonight, a UDX 875 up in Canada. Shout out to him. I don't want to forget anybody to shout out tonight. And also, don't forget to shout out UDX 390. The 390 Wangmaster came out there tonight on the live stream to watch my videos. He's in the background, sandbag. He won't say anything. He usually will say something out there sometimes. He's in there watching. I know he is. Shout out to Mike out there too. And that was cool. And I'm just looking through the chat today. Kind of a little tired right now. I need to go lay down, relax today. Because I did a lot of work today. Helped my dad and all that stuff. You guys, he had his little bath this morning. Because usually wash him in the bed and stuff. Those who do. My mom does that. Not take him in the showers. Just washes hair and stuff. She does it once in a while. It's one of those type on camping type little showers. You pour water on it and one of these things that drains into a bucket. That's what it does. So I'm looking at these guys. Walker Customs came out there tonight. I imagine a guy must need a beam to get to Australia and New Zealand. Yeah. But I'm in the Northeast Wisconsin. Oh yeah, that's the one I talked to a few nights ago. I knew what it is. I'm not getting out very well today, but I'm not picking up much either. Okay. I could hear someone on 38, but it's so weak I couldn't make anything out. It was the DX plane, the solar flare. We're still on the side effects of the... And they said there was a solar flare happening yesterday. I saw on that space woman on the internet, on YouTube. You guys know who she was out there earlier. I saw on there, they said we had another one, but it's not going to be like what happened last week. So I'm looking at, and Pillsbury came out there tonight. I think out of Creeper, out of the northern Utah, out of Hoover, Utah, and that guy, the Creeper did. I just tried creeping into the Grant, but no luck. He was trying to talk, and I'm telling you, Creeper came out on the OTR on Sunday night. I heard on my headphones on my iFrogs. And you know the iFrogs you can get on Fleabay, but they were made in Utah a while back when they used to start out. They're like Skull Candy, but they're called iFrogs. They're headphones. You can hook them up with wire connections, no Bluetooth, and they sound good. My iFrogs last over 4 years, and you get them once in a while for $5 at Fleabay. So I heard them pretty good on O2 Radio Network on my iMac 2009 on the Catalina. We could hear them out there pretty good, and he was pretty good on Dennis' channel last night. He must have been pointing his way, but he had good skip yesterday on Saturday night. Yeah, it was awesome contact. I'm sure you'll do it again soon. And I can get Fresno, California on being at 280 degrees. I've talked to Dennis Tower Power. I think it was someone out there. I've done a contact before a while back. So I'm shout out to everybody out there. Brewster 3006. Brewster 3006. I think that's 30 on 6 out there. That could be him. 3006 out there. Thanks for coming out there, Brewster 3006, in the chat today on Foxen 362 World Radio. I'm sure you enjoyed the DX day on this radio today, and we'll do it again soon. Thanks for coming to the chat tonight. And I'm looking out there, and that was it. 2 hours and 50 minutes. See anybody wrote any chats in right now? Checking the new ones. They're still in here right now. So you guys have a good night. We'll catch you later. UDX 362 East Tennessee. And I'll tell you, we're east of the Appalachian Mountains. No, we're west of the Appalachian Mountains, east of the Mississippi River, east of the mighty Mississippi, north of the Gulf of America, and south of the Canadian border, south of the Great Lakes, and we're north of Florida. We're about an hour away from Georgia. We're about an hour away to South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, and Kentucky, 2 hours to Kentucky, and we're about at least 6 hours to Arkansas. We're about, I think, about 8 hours to Missouri. We're about that position. And Indianapolis and Indiana and Illinois is about at least about 7 to 8 hours to get there, maybe 9 hours, depends. And we're at least another maybe 12 to 15, maybe 8 to 9 hours to Texas, depends. So we're actually west of the Atlantic Ocean, west of the Appalachian Mountains, east of the mighty Mississippi River. The good Lord loves you all out there. So long from through UDX 362, and we're waving all to you guys out there. Good, and everybody have a great weekend. Have a great Father's Day this weekend for all your dads out there. Hope my father say Happy Father's Day to my dad out there. I'm doing the best I can because he's still on the PD2 laying in bed. You guys know that, and these guys don't understand what I'm doing with there each day. I'm trying the best we can out here today, and our guard is doing good, and I hope things get better soon. And I'd love to have more C radio sideband systems on my system. It'd be quite nice, and a good box too, an amp, and a good power supply. Who knows? I'm just trying to rock on the beam for sure. We were banging on the meters tonight. We were doing it. We were doing it. You guys saw today. And did you guys got the O2 Radio Network? Dennis out there tonight. Don't forget to check out the O2 Radio Network. Coming on Saturday nights at 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, 10 o'clock Central Daylight Time, and 9 o'clock Mountain Daylight Time, and 8 o'clock Pacific Time, and Alaskan Hawaiian Time is 7 o'clock Alaskan Daylight Time, and Atlantic Time will be at least midnight on that time. Don't forget to check out the O2 Radio Network on Saturday nights. Dennis Thompson, Bozo Control on YouTube. You'll see it right there. He does all those cool Robins, your Mark IVs, your Johnson Messengers, and your Spitfires, and all that stuff. The Brown and Golden Eagles. They got this cool guy named Harvey. He's a cool Mac in the house. He's an awesome guy that repairs tube radios. He can bring them back to life for sure, like they were first born. And man, I wish I could get my ComSat 35 fixed either way, or have one of those Mark IVs or DAC 10s. It'd be awesome. Check them out. And also either way. And this guy has a great show. And you'll be able to see the Hustler, the Legend Hustler on the World Radio Labs of Joe that does the radio. And you got the famous Christy out there in Idaho that does her Robins once in a while when she talks out there. And that night on OTR on Sunday night, it was a great night. They had Motormouth Mall, Creeper, a lot of guys from the northwest corner. They were banging on the meters for sure at OTR. Dennis is in the house, and he does a lot of things on the show. He checks into tube radios, and everybody gets their check-ins for that. And this is a wonderful show. These are the radios that will sound like back in the 1950s and 60s for sure. And it's like when you're back in your 1950s cafe, and it'll be good. And the radios still sound the same day, so in the 70s. You got your Cobra Cam 88s, your Democo satellites, the whole 9 yards, and you got your carriers and all that stuff. The wonderful channel out there, one of the best channels on YouTube you don't see on TV every night. And he's Bozo the Clown out there, Bozo Control. Don't forget to check out the O2 Radio Network. Someone Foxman sent you there from all the way from Tennessee, and we'll see him out there this Saturday to watch his show. Oh, and like, give us a O-T R. And give it a shout out. O is Oscar, Tango is a T is a Tango, and R is a Romeo. Don't forget to check out Romeo, Tango. Don't forget to check out Oscar, Tango, Romeo out there on Saturday nights on 27085. 27.085 out there on Channel 11 AM, the O2 Radio Network out of San Fresno, California. You'll hear it on the skip waves, and if you're in California, you'll be able to hear it for sure. Tube Series radios on the air on Saturday nights at 11 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m., 8 o'clock Pacific Time, 7 o'clock Mountain Daylight Time, and that is right, and also 10 o'clock Central Daylight Time and 11 o'clock Eastern Time. Don't forget to give the OTR, Oscar Tango Romeo, and that's what I'm saying, the O2 Radio Network. Check it out. You guys will love it, and you'll appreciate Dennis. If you have a question about tube radios, he'll answer for you, and he'll tell you what they are, and they got the guy Harvey will tell you about them. So tell him Foxman sent you. O2 Radio Network. And don't forget to, before that, check out Old Radio Night for that time. So have a great night. And I'll catch you guys later. 7 Night Smoke Screen. And we'll be back again soon. Bring out more videos. Have a good night. And we're out of here. Have a good one. Catch you later. Thanks for coming to chat tonight. And I'm glad you guys came today. We'll do it again soon. Hope you guys get some better conditions soon. I'll catch you later. Foxfan 362 World Radio on YouTube. UDX362 UDX362 over in Knoxville, Tennessee. 362 over in Tennessee. We'll catch you later. And we'll see you guys soon. We'll bring out more videos. Have a good night.